but they won't keep us out of sight. We're all dreamers, dreaming of a good life, but there's nothing that nice on the cards for us. It's alright though, cause we can have a good time, and we don't worry if it's dangerous. So take this ride and hold on tight. We're gonna live forever now, and side by side, we don't need light. We're gonna live forever now. You feel that touch and all the love, it makes us live forever now. We don't look up, we rise above. We're gonna live forever now. Some shooting stars, can't buy those fancy cars, down by the boulevard, nobody cares tonight. We know that life is hard, not like the movie stars, but we know who we are in our broken paradise.
Filtered bodies slowly covering the light. Pull the trigger every night to stay alive. Hope is wishing, but you're running out of time. If I could only read your mind. Read your mind. If I could only read your mind.
Try to shout, but all my words don't make a sound. Tiny pieces of the puzzle on the ground. Try to fix it, but you do this every time. If I could only read your mind.
Read your mind. If I could only read your mind. doesn't sound. No one around says a word and we'll go. But baby, we'll fall. We all go dancing down. And paradise is found. We're shaking up the ground. 'Cause there ain't no stopping love. So there ain't no stopping love. No, there ain't no stopping love. There ain't no stopping
Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's finals of VCS Season 1. We are featuring A5 versus the Kings of Juhrama. 9 weeks of conference has led to this moment between A5 going 6-3, no, 4-5, I believe, and the Kings of Juhrama being the undefeated team of the VCS Season 1. So, I hope you guys are going to enjoy tonight. I am here having my co-caster Knight with me today.
Everyone, glad to have you all.
Yeah, and you know, I just want to say I think, you know, these two teams have showed spectacular performances, especially the Kings of Juhrama. I mean, the closest we've had to an undefeated team were the old Ultan site from Alpha season. They ended up going, I believe, 4-1 or 5-1, and you know, except I think the only difference with Kings of Juhrama is that having them be so dominant in 9 weeks and even beating, you know, some of the best teams in such, you know, a mannerly fashion, you know, not showing any weaknesses. So I mean, what are your thoughts for tonight?
I think in general that, you know, TKJ's obviously looked really, really strong. They, you know, showed quite a diverse map pool, playing a lot of different maps, playing really well on both offense and defense on all those maps, and generally just showing a very strong team performance. And, you know, as we haven't talked about A5 yet, A5 is pretty much, you know, perhaps the polar opposite. Pretty much like the carry show of Frosty and a little bit of experienced. So it's pretty much a battle of two different, very, very different teams.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I mean, Frosty, I mean, as you said, has been pulling A5 up for sure a lot. I believe there are a lot of games without Frosty probably would have led to losses, but I think in the end they are making it work. They're playing to the style of where It's Frosty and Friends, type beat. Uh, you know, f- they sacrifice themselves for Frosty, and as long as he's the last one alive and gets the round win, I think that's just basically all of A5's game plan here. Do you? What kind of dynamic do you think A5 is gonna have to take to beat the Kings of Juhrama? Because obviously they are looking like the best team in VCS so far. And do you think Frosty's carry will be enough to overcome such a hurdle?
It's quite possible that I think, especially on some of the more aim focused maps, that it's quite possible that Frosty can definitely carry through even a very very strong team in the Kings of Drama. And I think the win condition for A5 is just do everything to make sure Frosty can carry. Give him guns, make sure he has the best possible equipment every round. Make sure he's going to be playing Reyna probably every game. Make sure he has full armor, full rifle. Make sure he has both his blinds, both his soul orbs every single round. Like, no matter what you have to do, just sack for him, because he's pretty much their win condition. And I think they pretty much understand that at this point. And for the Kings, it's just don't let him do that. Just you have to play trade fragging really well. You have to play together, play with the team, flash him. Just do everything you can to counter the one man show.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, so I believe if A5 can, like you said, if they can do that, they could probably be able to beat them. It'll be a tough feat though, for sure. I mean, the fact that the Kings of Juhrama are just, I mean, they're like you said, their team play, having like, even though they have like an Iron, which is ironically Ironhide, I believe was their Iron player. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But Ironhide's Viper has shown a lot of really good utility usage in these past matches that we've seen. I think specifically like post plants is where Viper is like just shines. Her ult is, especially with the buffs, are just amazing. Her wall being able to block off certain parts of the map, and then her mollies, biggest of all with her smoke, her poison orb, are able to just stop so many just retakes, even if it's a 4v2 easily. And how do you think A5 is going to approach these kind of plays from the Kings of Juhrama?
Well, to counter out those post-plant setups, you have to be very, very quick on your post-plant retakes. You have to aggressively fight, take a lot of map control really fast. You have to tap bomb quickly to make sure to bait out that utility. You have to push, and honestly, if I'm A5, if they're playing that Viper, you basically just have to go into every round thinking, like, you do not want to let bomb get down. Like, the second bomb goes down, it is quite possibly a lost round. Especially if they're playing, Viper plus Brim, which we know King Drum himself loves playing that Brim, and those two mollies together are an instant round win. There is pretty much nothing you can do once those mollies go down. So I think A5 really, not playing that setup themselves, needs to go into every round thinking, okay, we cannot let bomb get down.
Okay. Sweet. And I think and I think we'll have our first map for tonight is Ascent, and it is actually starting right now. We're going straight into agent selection. So let's go ahead and check it out. And here we have Kings of Juhrama starting on defenders and A5 starting on attackers side. So Michael, go ahead and take it away, and go ahead and talk about your pregame here.
I think for the Kings of Drama here, they're going to go for pretty much what they've been typically doing on a lot of these Ascent, especially after the Astra came out. King Drama picked up the Astra pretty much instantly and started bringing it out on Ascent. And it's a really, really strong combination, especially with both that Killjoy and Viper, which we know the Kings of Drama love to play on this map also. So because they're going to be comboing that, we're going to see a lot of pushes up mid using those Astra smokes. They're very versatile, very quick to go out. So probably going to be fighting for a lot of mid control. Whereas A5, on the other hand, is going to play pretty much the same comp that they run every single game, which is Alice on Omen, Artemis on Killjoy, Experienced on Raze, Clinical on Sova, and Frosty on that Reyna. And this is pretty much the comp that we see from them almost every single game. So we pretty much know what to expect, which is Experience runs in, Frosty goes in second and kills everyone, And if he doesn't, they lose the round, and if he does, they win. And that's pretty much the expectation that A5 has. Whereas the Kings playing a little bit different, deciding on this single duelist composition, Draken deciding to bring out the Breach. Normally, I believe a duelist player. So we see the Breach, Astra, Viper, Reyna, and Killjoy out of the Kings. So a little bit of a non-standard composition, especially um, just in North America, for example. Although this isn't a pro scene game, in North America, it's just pretty much the double duelist every game. Whereas something like the European Valorant scene generally tends to bring out compositions like this, especially with that Breach.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm glad you pointed out about the EU scene there. I believe the EU scene, like you said, they like to have more of a strategic gameplay where they use powerful agents that have good post plan or just good executions. And I believe bringing that into an NA, like sure we're not a pro series, but bringing it into a competitive series nonetheless, and that's NA is definitely going to be an interesting like direction to go, and it'll be good to see how they can interact with it.
Yeah, and I think immediately right off the bat, we see the Kings of Drama already posturing towards mid, and it's going to be seemingly a pretty big bloodbath in mid, having the Breach, Reyna, and Astra all from the Kings, and then 4 people from A5 all fighting in mid. A5 with the immediately kill on Big Shot, taking cat control now, seemingly going to be immediately going towards A.
Yeah, as you can see, Ironhide here on A side, he's just gonna have to hopefully cover as much as he can here, but instead they start going through mid, and now Draken is gonna try to stop the push.
Yeah, Draken getting the kill on experience. Frosty with 2 kills on the round already. Looks like they're gonna head towards the Killjoy on B. That's Maui.
Turrets destroyed.
A5 with another kill on Ironhide, trying to push in mid. It seems like A5 maybe wants to go back towards A, knowing that it's going to be a 2v4 on site.
Yeah, Maui being able to just hold them off for a little bit more, and right now Draken is going to be able to meet Frosty here, taking out Frosty, making this a 2v3, very doable for the Kings of Juhrama here. They're sticking together, making sure that they can take this retake if they do go A, and they do get the bomb down on A, and now they're going to be playing retake together.
3v2. So A5 is very favored in this round. Looks like they're going to play that post plan. They have all the Killjoy utils set up to control site. 1 molly on bomb. Seems like 1 molly maybe in heaven or under heaven. And then looks like Alice had switch. Killjoy playing deep in a main. It seems like it's going to be really, really hard for Kings to make this work.
Player standing. Got one.
Yeah, and Maui getting the kill onto Alice, taking out Clinical as well, but there's no time on the bomb. It's gonna try and stick this. The turret will be there to and once again, no time on the bomb, and Artemis being able to win that round out for them. At that point, it was, like you said, very hard to retake 2v3. They had Sova and Killjoy utility, and just wasn't enough time for them to be able to do that.
The Kings, played relatively well in the round after giving up that early pick, but unfortunately that pretty much was the deciding factor, being a 5v4 for the entire round.
Yeah, for sure. And that pick on Frosty was huge, but they weren't able to bring that deficit back up in favor of them. Now you have a Frosty going through B main a little bit, being blocked off by this Astra smoke, getting a little damage on the Draken. It's gonna back up here, and then you have Experienced and Clinical kind of scouring out A, and Experience getting the Boombot kill on Big Shot. I don't know what Big Shot's doing, but clearly not paying attention. And Ironhide able to take out A5, trying to go for the door.
Still staying alive on the site here, dying to Alice. Looks like they'll have full A site control with bomb. Clinical getting the kill on King Juhrama, and it leaves Draken in the 1v4 with only a classic. About to run both into Clinical and Frosty. Dies to Frosty with the SMG, pushing into CT spawn, and that is another round for A5. A pretty clean anti-eco.
Yeah, very clean anti-eco. And perhaps not the cleanest possible, losing a member, but definitely not losing 3 members is good. So for sure, being able to keep the economy up and, you know, try to snowball more off of these bonus guns.
And there's Frosty with the pulling out the Vandal immediately, dropping that SMG over. Too experienced. Just immediately wanting this Vandal, but they're gonna walk right into the TKJ. Full set piece with the 4.
Oh, and it's a slaughter. The gravity well being able to suck 3 people. A5 Frosty answering back though with kills of his own, and it's a 2v2. Draken's here in tree. Sees Alice, but gets shot through the smoke.
Leaving Maui in a 1v2 coming from a heaven. Unfortunately, that's the Reyna with the ult. Alice taking wine control, leaving Maui just to walk through the smoke and try to make something happen. Frosty looking straight at it.
Oh, and Frosty getting that pick on Maui. A few missed shots from Maui on that spray there. And that would have been a huge round for the Kings of Juhrama. That gravity well had 3 people vulnerable. And they got clean 3 frags off of it too. But Frosty not being one of them dying there was so key, because he was able to answer back with frags of his own, and they just stopped the Kings of Juhrama's push there.
Maybe a little bit of a mistake out of the Kings not following up with another flash. I think they need to immediately also flash that just to make sure in case that gravity will miss to do anything.
Yeah, Frosty being spotted on tiles by Big Shot, kind of just spamming cat here. Alice taking out Juhrama and Pizza, and now Market is a little vulnerable here. Draken ready with the flash. Peeks, flashing himself and Alice, unfortunately being picked off by Alice as well. And Ironhide just not looking behind him, and Experience be able to sneak through a little bit. You have Big Shot kind of right next to mid, sees Alice, gets a kill on her, and picks up a Phantom now. But unfortunately Maui dying to Frosty, and now it is a 1v4. At this point, with the current economy, you probably just want to save this gun. Big Shot being able to get the kill on A5 Clinical, and Frosty there to get the trade, denying the comeback possibility on that round, and it's 4-0 for A5.
And just another relatively clean anti-eco. Draken maybe could have gotten that kill, but unfortunately flashed himself playing this breach. Very easy to do so on that breach, especially. And unfortunately, Big Shot, deciding to use that Reyna, then immediately dying, denying that for another couple rounds is relatively unfortunate. Looks like the Kings are gonna make another play towards mid here, but A5 is completely leaning towards the A side, looking maybe for an A side stack. Just full rush.
Yeah, and Frosty, peeking a little bit. You have Ironhide here on the other side of A main, kind of holding it in a corner, hoping no one looks and possibly get a few frags. Just gonna be chilling here until the rest of his team can flank, and the drone not seeing it, but them hearing the shots for sure. But no one looking at Ironhide, and Ironhide getting 2 picks from that A main corner. Getting traded by that rocket though, and it's a 4v3 now. Retake being set up right now by Kings of Juhrama, with Juhrama on the flank. Frosty taking out Draken. Alice being teleporting into spawn. Big Shot dropping onto site.
One enemy remaining.
And now it's all down to Alice, who is on the flank right now, but they hear her steps. They know she's there. Bomb being stuck, and Juhrama getting the tap on Alice, and Alice dying right there. And that is the first round on the board for the Kings of Juhrama.
Just a pretty great round for the Kings, and A5 making that mistake, not clearing that close left or close right corner, coming out A main. And that Sova drone just did not look at all. And even though Viper shot the drone itself, they just decided not to clear it. Just running full out on site. Ironhide getting 2 kills from that position is just absolutely critical. Playing really, really intelligently around the smoke, and A5 once again making that mistake. Helping TKJ get into that 4v3 retake with the King, with Juhrama himself, playing that post plant, able to win that 4v3, and then immediately bringing out the Viper ult onto A site, meaning the Kings are probably going to play a relatively heavy B stack.
Yeah, I mean, that Viper ult being able to stop pretty much any push, the fact that you lose 50 HP immediately is going to be a big downer for them to even try push A main. So it looks like they're gonna work mid here, and they have Draken and King Juhrama. Draken being flashed by Omen here. Draken getting another flash off, but Alice getting the pick on him, and now Juhrama is the only one that can hold mid here. Taking out Alice, missing the shots on Clinical, and now it's a 2v4. Ironhide all the way still on C, and they have full B control. Frosty pushing a little bit more into CT here. But as you can see, both members of King Juhrama are on the flank.
Last player standing.
Turning around for that alarm bot, and Clinical getting the pick, and Experience taking out Ironhide for the final frag of the round, and that's another round for A5.
And you know, TKJ just really struggling to play around this breach, not really getting much value out of that utility in a lot of these rounds. You know, those breach flashes just came maybe a little bit late, and you know, maybe we would have liked to have seen that breach ult come out to, you know, deny any form of mid presence, and you know, potentially we could have just instantly won the round with it. But unfortunately, you know, the flash doesn't help, you know, doesn't really deny the kill. They lose the breach in mid, and then after losing mid, pretty much the entire round falls apart. And here, A5 looks like they're going to leave the one lurker towards A, but, you know, lean everyone else towards B, potentially for a full B rush. Frosty probably just going to run out and take duels.
You should
Oh,
run.
that gravity well. Bringing him in, making him vulnerable. Killjoy is going down. So clearing backside. They know that there is one backside. Maui is going to be trapped here backside and is getting detained. And now, being detained backside, only hope here is for Draken and King Juhrama to do something. Looks like Ironhide is having a fight right now with Experience. Draken getting a pick on Frosty, and now it's a 3v3. Two members of TKJ being very low. Experience being able to take out Juhrama and Ironhide, and now all up to Draken, and Draken taking out Experience, getting that nice trade 1v2 with the Rolling Thunder. Having both members backside, this is very possible for Draken. Getting the pick on the Artemis, and now it's a 1v1. Clinical versus Draken. Draken not having a flash, but getting the 4th kill on A5 Clinical. And that is another clutch round for the Kings of Juhrama, getting their 2nd round on the board.
Clutch.
Draken playing an absolutely excellent, you know, excellent 1v3 clutch with the 4K totally on the round, and just absolutely just well played. You know, absolutely well played to him, winning that clutch. It looks like A5 was maybe a little disoriented, playing double and backside and just not really playing off each other, both deciding to peek in that, you know, both deciding to peek in that 1v2 situation where they really just didn't need to, wanting to play bomb, making the mistake. Both Killjoy ults were used that round. It leaves A5 still in a pretty good position in the 5v2. I believe still having relatively good money, but we'll see what TKJ can do with that round.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna try work mid a little bit. They're having Frosty look from top mid here. He's going through that Astra smoke, I believe, and kind of just holding mid a little bit as much as possible. Big Shot is kind of getting ready to possibly push this out in the open a little bit after that smoke disappears. Sees that there's one Sabrosa and goes and runs away as he is flashed by Omen. Kind of backing up in this corner. Few shock darts thrown towards his way, and but it looks like A5 is playing this pretty slow. They're kind of just trying to figure out where everybody's playing here.
Looks like TKJ hasn't really rotated heavily towards you. Looks like Juhrama is moving a little bit towards the A side of the map, maybe gonna plant some neutral down. Ironhide peeking out and getting the kill on Alice, kind of a whiff for her. Getting another kill on Clinical and damaging Artemis to about half HP. Big Shot pushing him close into A main. Getting the pick on Frosty and getting out with that dismiss. Juhrama getting a kill on Artemis, leaving Experience and a 1v5 coming from Catwalk towards A.
Yeah, and that was very well played by Big Shot and Juhrama. As you can see, I mean, Big Shot pushed close, got the pick on Frosty, and immediately Juhrama peeked from heaven, making sure that someone trying to get a trade wouldn't be able to kill Big Shot, and got the kill on Artemis. Very well played, and you know, this is the TKJ we are used to seeing, the team play TKJ, and as you can see, Experience not being able to do anything and gets picked off by Draken.
Just an excellent round out of TKJ, using that util really well. Ironhide getting those absolutely incredible 2 kills and almost a full kill on the 3rd. Just absolutely incredible out of Ironhide.
Yeah, Ironhide definitely being able to hold off 2 members was definitely key to that A hold, and the fact that most of them did lean towards that A side definitely helped as well.
We probably see Frosty going back to the rifle. Looks like TKJ wants to fight from mid control. Maybe they might try to fight through the smoke, or just wait for the smokes to fade and then go out.
Yeah, and as you could, I mean, from past matches, you would always see Kings of Juhrama go ahead and like flash out of mid and push it. But I feel like they're putting a little bit more respect on Frosty, and Frosty being able to go up cat, take out Ironhide, and now it's all up to Big Shot with this op, watching in the corner and getting stuck and not being able to do anything. Draken pushing up a tree here. Frosty being taken out by Juhrama, but being traded out by that ult coming from experience.
A winnable round for
Last
the
player
Kings.
standing.
Except Juhrama getting picked off by Alice and experience killing Maui secures a 6th round for A5.
Yeah, and I believe from what I'm seeing, I mean, it's like I said, the dramas we've seen like in the past in conference matches, they just constantly have been pushing, and I feel like obviously you have to show an amount of respect to a team, but I believe they're putting too much respect to Frosty's name. I think they're just, you know, acting a little too scared to do what they usually do that works, and I think they need to, you know, just start doing what they usually do as a team and not be too scared of it.
Like that's what they're doing on this round. Walking up past that arrow, not gonna see anything. So A5 might believe in this arrow a little bit. Big Shot getting the kill on experience. Alice running through the smoke and getting traded by Juhrama as she kills Draken.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna be pushing through B main. Maui here to hopefully stop the plant. Being able to get bomb down, gets the kill on Artemis. Frosty on site. Frosty taking out Maui though. Now it's a
Healing, using the
2v2.
Smith instead of the heal, leaving him in low HP.
One enemy
Drama coming from Mark, gets the kill on Frosty, fighting Clinical now, and gets the kill on Clinical with a nice 3K on the round for the King Juhrama himself. Really nice round out of him, taking the 4th round on this defense.
Very nicely played by the Kings of Juhrama, being able to get that mid pick on Alice and getting that off kill. You know, they immediately made it 4v3, and then Maui being able to stop Artemis from getting stairs control, and Frosty immediately being traded out by Juhrama. Just a very good play coming from TKJ.
And critically, it seems like A5 doesn't have particularly good money, so maybe going for another one of these set pieces in A main. Drama with a quick 3K out of that set piece. Really well played. Last 2 remaining members of A5 playing mid. Draken probably going to give up a gun here to Alice, leaving it a 2v3. Maybe a winnable situation for A5. We'll see what Maui does here. Definitely needs to not peek. Just play for the stall on B side.
Last player standing.
Drama with a 4K, but in low HP.
Oh,
And Alice with
no.
a 4K in response. Absolute
Alice.
disaster for the Kings.
Alice picking up that
Last round before the
that
switch.
vandal and being able to get the 4K, getting headshot after headshot. That all started from being able to blind Draken and get that kill on him. Unfortunately, he played a little too antsy, a little too close in the smoke, and that costed him the round.
Both Draken and Maui making, relatively big mistakes in those man advantage situations. Draken doesn't need to play in that smoke at all, and definitely don't want to play close against these pistols, and then Maui not needing to peek out. A5 leaning towards this A side of the map. Ironhide with the quick 2K.
Taking out Frosty and experience, and wow,
One
that
enemy
was
remaining.
really well played by Ironhide.
Spike
They did not
down
expect
A.
him to push that aggressive. And now it's just a 3v1. Alice, last one alive. She made the clutch happen last round, but not this time in the Kings of Juhrama, denying the clutch once again, making it a 5-7 on
Switching sides.
defense. Usually that's not what you like to see. Your CT half being the one where you get the least amount of rounds, but I believe the Kings of Juhrama, from what we've seen, they have a really well structured T side, which is why they picked this comp. It's definitely more European based, and I think that just fits their style. So I don't believe by any means this is bad for the Kings of Juhrama. I believe they are more an attacking side team.
I mean, when you have that breach, you basically you're almost always going to be a better offense comp running that breach or that sky. And with the Viper, the Astra, they have a very strong post plant. And, you know, they have the breach to enable themselves to get onto A site or a B site. And after they get on site, they just get bombed down and they win. So it looks like the Kings are immediately leaning towards A, probably going to go for a lot of A rushes in this half.
Oh, Frosty getting aggressive. Oh, both players, Juhrama and Frosty, getting picked off to 1 HP basically. And that's going to be huge for the fact that both are, I believe, best players being at 1 HP, and this could make a huge difference.
And I think Ironhide is also on low HP, so
Right there.
A5 probably, you know, understand that they're going to be leaning towards this A side of the map. Alice is pushed up in mid, and it looks like Clinical is pushed up on Callox, so they're going to try to pop out on A side, see if they can do anything.
Yeah, one on green. Experience taking out Ironhide, Maui getting the trade immediately, and that's a 4v4. But as you can see, the Kings of Juhrama have 3 members on such a low HP. They're gonna have to make this work very well if they want to win this round. Draken getting pretty aggressive in that Astra smoke, taking out Artemis, and now it's Frosty and now it's just Frosty versus Juhrama and Big Shot. 12 HP, can he do it?
Everyone very low HP. Everyone should die in 1 bullet here, so Frosty probably wants to try to get this kill on Hell, and try not to get traded. Gets the kill, gets the heal. Big Shot trades on Frosty, and that's the pistol round for the Kings of Juhrama.
That pistol round was crazy. That was really important. Having so many members low HP on both sides was a nail biter. Good stuff from Big Shot getting that immediate trade as soon as Juhrama died. That pistol round is going to be key to winning this attacking side. The fact that they'll be able to have, you know, a buy possibly this upcoming round and get a free round possibly.
No
Really critical, obviously. Just that's how pistol rounds are in this game, and I think I like what TKJ is going for here, going for this, you know, heavy mid presence in a position where you're most likely expecting to see a lot of weak pistols, and it's not a lot of, you know, short angles to clear out, so you can get a lot of mid control without much counterplay because of how weak the pistols are. Ironhide immediately with the kill on Clinical. Big Shot with the kill on Alice. Experience is pushed up in A main, but it doesn't seem like it's going to matter as the rest of TKJ runs towards the B side.
Yeah, Frosty being able to take out King Juhrama. Big Shot there on the trade, and it's a 4v1, all down to experience. And, you know, getting 1 pick is good, but Ironhide there also to, you know, stop that cap push, being able to deny him anything. Only losing 1 member on the TKJ side, and that's looking like a good bonus for the next round.
Really well played round, like I said, going towards that mid, where you don't have as many close angles to worry about, where those classics, those frenzies, those shorties can all just hit you, you know, just instantly kill you. Trying to clear those close angles, completely avoiding that, get a lot of mid presence, bursting out through market and taking B site quickly. And here it looks like the Kings want to just go for a fast A play using the really strong breach util.
Yeah, it looks like the only ones going to be playing towards the A side are going to be Experience and Clinical. Experience holding from the tree side and Clinical on site. See what he can do. They already spot him and he did a lot of damage. He's going to have to peek and they're taking him out immediately. And now Experience only 1 on A side, waiting for his teammates to push with him. Alice getting the pick on Big Shot, going through the smoke. Taking out Juhrama as well. They see 1 gen. Oh, but Ironhide getting away with that kill. Experience trading immediately. And now it's all down to Draken. Draken flashing himself, missing the few shots he could have had. And now they're defusing. Getting the kill on Alice and Artemis. And now it's all down to Experience.
Came
Experience
bomb, but got
the
a tap.
bomb. Oh,
Experience
but
gets a 1 tap on Draken and then sticks the bomb. A very, very close retake and some pretty interesting mistakes out of the Kings, you know, giving up that immediate pick in heaven, just kind of a heartbreaker for them.
Yeah, for sure. That round was definitely not supposed to be that close for Juhrama, I believe. I mean, they had such good control of A site. They kind of just let them slip in heaven and get the picks. And I mean, it was well played by A5. They played together, and in the end, you know, unfortunately, being worried about the stick and Clinical, I mean, not experience, played it pretty well. He hit and then got the tap.
Seems like the Kings maybe a little undecisive what to do on the round. But looks like they're just doing a slow default, having Big Shot work towards A with, you know, some presence towards mid tiles. Denying this push to the smoke. Frosty with a kill though.
Last player standing.
And now it's all down to Maui. Maui and Frosty, they're kind of close to each other there. 3 members of TKJ. Kind of just holding it off.
With bomb, head towards A. Big Shot has full A side control. They know exactly where Frosty is towards tiles. Looks like they're having Draken just watch top mid. Frosty's still stuck in tiles. Maybe not sure where everyone is. They're gonna be able to run and get bomb down, get all this post plant util on, and Frosty's gonna play this 1v3. And knowing him, he will absolutely go for it.
Yeah, I mean, Frosty knowing how to isolate his fights pretty well. I mean, and for the fact that he is the best player probably in BCS at the moment. He definitely feels the confidence he needs to win this, and he should go for it. I mean, he should definitely just go for it. Getting the first pick on Big Shot. They are putting down the Killjoy for a little more, you know, good, like, can't find the word, confidence that they'll win the round, and Frosty just avoiding the Killjoy. The Killjoy stalling enough time. He's gonna have to find both of them. With the Killjoy utility on the bomb, there's probably not going to be any time for Frosty. He gets the kill on Draken, hits bomb, but he doesn't know that Maui's on site. And Maui whips the headshot. Frosty being able to kill him. Unfortunately, not being able to get out of there alive, getting a 4K, but TKJ barely winning that round on the skin of their teeth.
An interesting round for them, you know, deciding to use that Killjoy ult. I think Big Shot, you know, going for that, you know, one-on-one, just an absolutely critical mistake that you really do not want to see out of a top team like this. You know, he does not need to be playing so deep on Catwalk, especially against such a, you know, absolutely incredible player in Frosty. Just giving him that one-on-one, giving him the heal right afterwards, you know, he almost gets the kill, but if he loses, you know, after losing that, he almost gives up the entire round.
Yeah, and it looks like, I mean, A5 is going to be on like on a save buy here. So they're going to be pushing up a little bit, hopefully catch someone off guard. Ironhide waiting for that push, gets the kill on experience. And Frosty there waiting on the other side. Maybe someone will push, get a little too comfortable. So far, Ironhide is not biting. Ooh, just missed the timing on the peak a little. Frosty taking out Ironhide. But you do have the rest of TKJ pushing on B side, distracting Frosty just a little bit. Draken taking out Frosty there. Artemis being taken out by Big Shot from pushing out the Marcus smoke, and now it's just Alice here with the frenzy. And yeah, looks like she just wants to go grab a rifle. Goes ahead and picks up that deagle, finds the rifle on the ground there. And you know, I think I'd like, with the current economy of A5, I think I'd like to see her just save this gun at this point. It's a 1v4, and you know, Omen not being the best comeback character with, you know, just being a controller overall, and looks like that is what she's gonna do. She's gonna hide in this corner and spawn here and just hopefully save this gun for the economy of A5.
I think, you know, definitely a round where Alice could go for it, try to get, you know, if she's able to get maybe 2 kills, it's probably worth it on the round overall. But just deciding to save the rifle is also a completely viable option. She opts to save, maybe not, you know, trusting that she can get maybe 1 or 2 kills with it, and, you know, realizing that the save is definitely going to be more valuable overall.
For sure, and as you can see on A5 side here, A5 pretty much all having rifles, experience as well, buying a Phantom. The A5 Clinical going on the Odin as Sova, and he's gonna be playing mid, probably spam maybe tiles at this point or something like that with an arrow. I'd like to see how this plays out.
And, you know, experience looks like he wants PK, and maybe against double with Juhrama and Draken. They immediately get a main control, gonna get this ult orb, and that's gonna be the Astra ult. Maybe wanting to combo that Astra ult to get site control, get the Viper ult down. What site they decide to do that on? Not quite certain yet, but I believe that'll be the idea on the round.
Yeah, you have Clinical kind of scouting out mid with that drone. I believe only seeing Big Shot watching from top mid. Frosty kind of pulling the support angle here from Cat. Gets a little bit of damage from that wall, as well as a few shots from the TKJ side. Big Shot kind of just pushing through mid, trying to get a little bit more control, and being spotted by this arrow. Frosty and Clinical both know he's right there. Oh, but getting the pick on Clinical and that Astro wall, just blocking off completely a whole half of sight, so A5 cannot push through this. Big Shot and Frosty though right next to each other on different sides of the wall. Big Shot pushing through the wall and gets Frosty, and now it's all down to experience 1v4. And looks like he's gonna try to get a few extra frags here. Takes out Draken, but Big Shot there to deny any more kills from him.
Playing with fire a little bit there, you know, giving those one-on-ones to experience, but you know, getting that denial kill at the end, you know, only giving up 2 on the round. Really nice usage of the Astral ult. If you know, seeing exactly what it did, it covered both Marga and CT just absolutely perfectly. Just an absolute pin perfect ult. Completely isolates one side of the map from the other, and unfortunately for A5, they just, you know, with that isolation that happens, I believe the Ominal came down to support the Killjoy on B site, but it just didn't end up mattering. They traded out really well and were able to just take full B site control. And it looks like A5 once again on the save. The Kings taking mid control as they have been. See what Frosty wants to do. He might try to pop through this smoke and just go for a 1D or so.
Yeah, that's what they've been pushing. Cat gets a 1D. Draken taking out experience. Getting another kill onto Juhrama with this deagle, doing a lot of damage. 3v4. Big Shot pushing through tree, breaking that eye, getting taken out by Clinical, and now it's Ironhide with Draken 2v4, and just insane shots coming from Frosty. But it looks like Ironhide's gonna be holding this rotate. Oh my god, and getting 2 kills on Artemis, and Al just not checking the mid at all. And now it's a 2v2. Frosty and Clinical gonna be working mid probably here. Gonna throw that arrow marker and you know, try scout out where Ironhide is. Ironhide waiting pizza, getting the kill onto Frosty, and now it's just Clinical versus Draken. Clinical on very low HP, and Draken having Rolling Thunder and a flash for this post plant. So I mean, really on paper this should be just an easy round win for the Kings of Juhrama here. Yeah, and Clinical not checking B main and getting the round win.
Yeah, really very bad mistake out of A5, just crossing through mid without any care in the world. It seems they just ran out with knives, and then you know, it's just easy shooting for Ironhide to just spray them down from the back. Just an absolutely incredible round, both out of Frosty with those initial kills, but then also just out of Ironhide as that Viper, getting that 3K to turn that 2v4 around.
Yeah, and he was looking very Brim at first, and like you said, with those Frosty kills, but in the end, at A5 making that huge mistake, not watching their mid at all, and it costed them the round. And you know, you have to think from A5 side, maybe forget about that though. The Rolling Thunder coming in from Draken. Experience using a nade though from heaven, from sight, and getting 2 frags onto Maui and King Juhrama. And it looks like Juhrama just stuck on in main, and Ironhide is the last one alive.
Definitely a weird round out of the Kings, using the Rolling Thunder early, but they knew exactly where everyone is. The Soviet Dart exposed to everyone, using the ult, maybe not the best placing on the ult, only hitting the one person on site. And Clinical experience completely uncovered, I believe, maybe not even smoked off on tree.
There.
Just comes out and just gets a million kills. You know, easy round win from using the raise nade and then just swinging out, getting all those kills. Completely stuffs the push, and it looks like the Kings maybe want to just immediately head towards A. But Maui over at tiles with bomb. It looks like A5 wants to push out through B, but they decide against it, heading back, maybe rotating back towards A. Maui's here alone with tiles with bomb, while the rest of the Kings seem top mid and lurking one out towards A main. Big Shot with an instant kill on experience, getting full A control, getting another kill on Clinical, taking full controlling that side of the map, and I think the Kings maybe are considering going towards B, knowing that most of them are rotating, but it seems like they're heading towards A right now.
Yeah, and Big Shot just trying to hold this control here for the rest of his team, trying to get them through. Meeting Frosty there with a bullet to the face, and Frosty being taken out by Draken, but
Spike
Alice
planted.
getting that trade immediately. That's a
Last
3v2
player
with a
standing.
whole bunch of Viper utility, and Juhrama and Ironhide being able to get those last 2 frags for the match point.
Match point.
Definitely just an absolutely incredible set of double entries out of Big Shot. Just absolutely blowing open the round for them on that slow default, just peeking out, getting the kill towards tree, and then immediately, I believe, killing Clinical also on that catwalk area. A little bit of a weird round because of where the bomb was placed initially, but they're able to convert, traded really well in tree. Even though I believe they ended up trading down on kills, they still traded really well. Getting Frosty out of the round is absolutely worth two deaths.
Yeah, and it looks like Experience is going to get a little aggressive here, and it's just going to wait in the corner, maybe see if someone tries to get B main control, possibly hold an angle where they won't check. And as you can see, Juhrama and Maui, as well as Big Shot right here, they're ready for the angle though, and taking our Experience, and perhaps giving Juhrama this this 1 kill on main wasn't the best idea. Big Shot being left alone here. Draken being taken out by Alice, and now the Killjoy being put down, but being denied by Big Shot, getting the kill onto Artemis, and now it's a 2v4. It is Frosty and Clinical left.
Spike planted. Last player
Clinical
standing.
peeking back side, but being taken out by Big Shot.
Cutting their vision.
Stuck in the 1v4, being flanked. Doesn't see the flanker, and with this ult denying, especially with that Astro util, Juhrama just swinging out and basically just giving the free kill to Frosty, walking to the vulnerability against Ironhide, losing a lot of HP here. Big Shot giving up a free kill, but Frosty making the serious mistake of using the dismiss instead of the heal. They know exactly where he is coming down the stairs. Can he get the kill on sight against Maui?
One enemy remaining.
Oh
Maui
my god, he gets a kill.
missed the shot. Ironhide coming, walking a plane. Frosty runs out of ammo. Ironhide with the kill on Frosty, and that's the map for the
Attackers
Kings.
win.
That round was way too close than it had to be. Frosty almost making that clutch. Unfortunately, I think even with that last kill, he had no time for the bomb defuse. Really good coming from him, trying to make that clutch. Unfortunately, not there to make it. And, just... that round was just, I think, a little... That last round right there for match point was just... was given, I think. And I mean, having Experience go into B main like that, just giving them 1 free pick, and then Maui on site by, or not Maui, Artemis on site by herself, and Big Shot being able to push through, get that pick, and deny the ult completely, just gave the round to TKJ. And then towards the end, Frosty trying to clutch that out. It was an insane round, but overall, when you think about it, A5 definitely just not playing their best in that last round.
It was, overall, that last round, definitely a very interesting round. A relatively poor Killjoy use on that ult, unfortunately, not being able to have it for that post plant, and then, dying, basically everyone just dying down into that 4-on-1. Frosty almost with the ridiculous 1v4 kill. A lot of missed shots out of the Kings, and a lot of given 1v1s that they shouldn't have. Maybe just not wanting to show respect to him, to not, to just not be respectful at all. We know the Kings do love their banter and stuff, and they don't want to respect anyone. So maybe that's a little bit
Right.
of part of it. But definitely an almost complete throw. But overall, the Kings handled Frosty extremely well compared to pretty much every other team. There's very, very few teams that against Frosty on Arena didn't give up 30 plus kills.
Right. And I think, Juhrama, the Kings were looking pretty rough at first. They didn't seem like they were in their prime like they were in the conference matches. Obviously, A5 bringing them a pretty good game here. But I think the Kings of Juhrama finally got the pacing they needed, and I think they kind of just figured out what they were doing. I mean, as you could see, like if you looked at the mini map, you could tell that the Kings of Juhrama on attacking side had a pretty structured like design of how they push stuff. They always had one lurking, getting more info, and also supporting for control of the map, so they could get, you know, maybe a rotate if if something went south. And A5 on the other hand kind of just play very puggy. You know, they kind of just like, okay, you know, mid set calls and just making, you know, like, okay, we're gonna push this as a, you know, full team. And I feel like once the Kings of Drama picked up their pace that they need to be at, they finally just started getting there in their heads.
I mean, you can definitely see that on the game overall. A5 started out 4-0, and after starting out 4-0, the Kings are able to get it to 5-7 on the half, and then just an absolute incredible showing on attack out of the Kings, winning out 8-2, showing the strength of their attack side with those flashes, with that Viper util, with the Astral Wall, especially on at least one round, maybe two. Just able to isolate sites really, really well, isolate targets, and just pop out, get site control. And their defaults were just getting tons and tons of picks. It seems like A5 had no answer to the default.
Yeah, and I think going into the next map, which will be, I believe, what will be the next map? Well, actually, before we get into like what we expect from them, what do you what info do we have on the map picks for the rest of the set?
So map 2 is going to be Icebox, with the Kings going to be starting on attack. Map 3 will be Bind, with A5 starting on defense. And the side select is given as the team that chose the side. Just a
Okay.
note. And Haven, map 4, TKJ, the Kings will be starting on attack. And then map 5, Split, the Kings will be starting on defense.
Okay. So I think hoping from to see from A5 going into Icebox, we're hoping to possibly do a little less. Like obviously Frosty is their biggest individual player, but I think they need to stop. They need to show a little more like respect. Obviously, banter is banter, but I think in this game, in this whole set, they need to show a little more respect and stop doing plays where they try play individually. I mean, for example, in that very last round, that key round was just experience being in that corner, giving them free frag, and they had free entrance into B, overwhelming Artemis. So I think if uh, if A5 can possibly pull that together, I think they can have a really good chance of winning this next map.
For sure. And I think, part of it, if you maybe want to look at it for what A5 wants to do, maybe you hope that the people who performed a little bit less well, like Experience, did not have a good game at all against on this map one. He's normally their second frag, and he really just did not have that good of a game, which is obviously, really unfortunate. And you just hope to see him, do better, do what he's done, across all of VCS so far, where you hope to see maybe a little bit um of a better showing out of him, and you maybe hope to see that, overall A5's level as a whole, instead of just relying on Frosty, maybe improves a little bit. And out of the Kings, what they want to keep doing really well is they want to keep, doing their trade fragging was really excellent. And they did not let Frosty, in a lot of situations, he got very, very close in a lot of rounds. But unfortunately, for A5, and very fortunately for the Kings, they actually didn't throw that many rounds to him, even though they gave him, many opportunities to win. Oftentimes it was post plant situations where he just couldn't get the diffuse or something like that. And that's what the Kings did really, really well. And, what I'd like to see out of them maybe is giving even less 1v1s, kind of stupid aim duel 1v1s versus him, where he probably just wins them, and then getting that full heal gives them, that strength into those next 1v1s. And I want to see the Kings do even less of that, which, they did relatively well, but those few times that they did, imagine if, they'd given up 2 to 3 rounds where they just gave up Frosty 1v4.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that. Thank you for the insight on that for sure. And I think us casters, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a few minute break. It'll be very quick, and we'll see you guys on Icebox. So we'll see you guys in a tiny bit. Okay, we're muted real quick. Yeah. Hey, Michael. Hello, everybody. Welcome back from our break. Today we are playing Icebox for this next map, and we're already writing the agent select, so we'll go ahead and go right into our preview here. You can check it out here. We have A5 starting defenders on Icebox, and the Kings of Juhrama starting attackers. Michael, go ahead and just give our viewers a little pre-game sesh here.
All right. We see A5 going for the Reyna immediately. We know Frosty's probably just going to lock that every game of the series. Alice deciding to come off the Omen for the Astra. Maybe a little bit of an interesting choice, especially with how strong Omen is known to be on Icebox. We also know that the Astra is also relatively strong, so definitely an interesting choice to see. Clinical deciding to go for the Jet instead of the Sova that he's normally is very typically been on. Probably covering for the fact that Experience dropping the Raze and going for the Viper on this map. So a very different composition out of A5. Artemis, normally their Killjoy player, deciding to go for the Sage, a very, very strong agent, possibly the strongest agent on the map. So definitely very interesting to see. King Juhrama going for the Sage himself. So a very interesting choice. Definitely not very normal for the Kings.
Select your
Maui
agent.
maybe picking up that Omen to compensate. Ironhide potentially going for this Cypher. Big Shot, going for that Reyna as he normally does. I don't think we'll see Draken go for the Yor, but perhaps he will. He locks it in. Ironhide locking in the Cypher. Very interesting composition for the Kings. And very, very, big differences from what they normally have gone for. King Drama normally playing their smokes, and Maui normally playing that Sentinel, but deciding to swap it up so the King can play that Sage. Once again, a very, very strong character. An interesting Cypher choice out of Ironhide. Um, Not my personal choice for best Sentinels on the map. I do, personally think Killjoy may be a little bit better, but if Ironhide's more comfortable in Sentinel, I definitely understand if he wants to go for that Cypher. Definitely some interesting choices out of both teams, going for some very unusual compositions on this map. A very unusual map in general that, leads to a lot of these very different compositions for both teams. So definitely very interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure. And I think this is like, I mean, like you said, a bizarre composition a little bit from both teams. I think probably more so coming from A5 experience and Alice playing agents that I personally have never really seen them play before. So I'd like to see how it, like, if they have a lot of experience in this or not. And I think it'll definitely show in their gameplay. So I'm excited to see this map for sure.
We see Experience immediately going for the one-way on a main, which is, you know, a well-known one-way, a pretty important one. I believe Artemis used the Sage Wall in B main, a little bit deep B main, so kind of an interesting choice, not a very typical one. Big Shot hearing Clinical having to use the dash immediately. Frosty getting the pick on King Juhrama. Pretty important kill on that Sage. Draken pushing up into Kitchen. Maybe going to make contact with Allison playing underpass here. Experience walking up into Kitchen. Maybe deciding to walk into the smoke, which would definitely be an interesting choice. Looks like the Kings are leaning pretty heavily towards this mid play. Big Shot probably going to pick off Alice, and Draken picking off Artemis, giving him full B-side control, it seems. Ironhide lurking out and picking off Experience, leaving this in a 4v2. Now, it is Frosty. He can definitely win this. We've seen him win absolutely incredible rounds with his Ghost before, especially on this Reyna, and we'll see what he's able to do. He smoked off. Clinical with a kill on Ironhide in Kitchen with a Deagle headshot, leaving him down to 22 HP, leaving him in a 3v2. Frosty, once again, isolated off, and Snowman. Now they're coming together as a group. Maui getting damaged a little bit, but they know where both of them are now.
Last player
Big Shot picking up Clinical. Big Shot just needs to hide here. Draken giving up the kill. Maui getting the nice trade on Frosty, using that Omen Flash excellently to deny him any chance of winning the round.
Yeah, and this was very well played from TKJ. They played pretty slow. Eventually, they pushed as a team down tube, and they got the picks. As you can see, they had Ironhide just chilling in that corner, making sure if anyone was still outside of Kitchen to deny the push. And you know, right there in the end, Frosty could have had that clutch, but Maui with a really good flash and getting a trade immediately. So it was just good stuff coming from TKJ all around.
Continuing their good form from the previous map, it looks like they're going to lean pretty heavily towards B. Going to run into Alice here on the Astra, who, I have to look at the guns, has a classic alone. Artemis coming to help support, but in this 4v2 against these SMGs, it doesn't seem particularly likely that A5 has a good chance of winning this round.
Oh, but Draken taken out by the right click by Alice. And now on a Spectre, dinks Ironhide, but nothing more. And now it's A5, just the three members left of A5. And but Artemis being able to stop Juhrama, and now it's a 3v3. Frosty being taken out by Big Shot, making this a huge kill.
Clinical taking Big Shot low, but Big Shot dropping back into Kitchen. Both Big Shot and Ironhide are relatively low in this round. Big Shot deciding to just walk out and give up a free kill to Artemis with a Deagle, leaving him down in a 2v2 situation. With Ironhide low, this is definitely a winnable situation. Artemis with another kill.
Last player
Maui with the kill.
Artemis whiffing.
And Maui cleaning it up in that 1v2 situation. Almost a complete throw out of the Kings, but pulling it together at the end. Maui with a nice 1v2 clutch, holding it together for them, securing that anti-eco. But A5 is really, really happy with how many kills they got on that round.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're A5, you are definitely very happy with the amount of kills you got there. Artemis showing up with those Deagle kills, getting almost killing Maui there. Unfortunately, getting a little bit of a whiff there, but she played that very well, playing with Clinical on that, and that was just pretty well done for a save.
It's really important that, you know, A5, the Sage getting those kills is so critical because how strong that res is. And now it seems like there's a lot of tension in mid. Draken using the flash and getting picked off one-on-one versus Frosty, and then immediately swinging and killing the King. Maui left in a 1v5 situation so quickly into the round.
Oh, Maui getting the flash onto Frosty and gets the pick 1v4. If I'm in his position and probably just looking for some exit frags, getting another kill onto Alice. Gonna TP out, get into tube, and you know, they hear him, they know where he is, and so he's gonna have to just play for exits here. Gets the kill onto Clinical, but Experience is there to trade him off. And you know, Maui, speaking of saves, made that very close and just took out 3 members right there.
Yeah, absolutely incredible for him. You know, if you're the Kings, you know, maybe you didn't win the round, you didn't even get bombed down, but you just got 3 kills at the end of that round with that SMG, and you're gonna be thinking like, oh, you know, we win this round. They're completely dead on money, but looks like TKJ's money maybe isn't that great either. I don't know if how much they invested into the previous round. Maybe not having that much money. So A5 maybe a little bit weak on the money, but the Kings looking like they're gonna have to go for the save. A5 deciding to push a little bit into A main here, but it seems like the Kings are leaning heavily towards B. They're gonna be instantly flanked, but if the Kings can get bombed down and then hold this flank, it'll be a very, very strong round for them. And Alice immediately getting picked off by Big Shot, also giving up a rifle. And while they maybe don't know that they're getting double flanked here, it is a 5v4 situation with bomb coming down very shortly.
Yeah, and Artemis and Clinical here with knives updrafting over the smoke. Artemis fighting in that kill onto Big Shot, huge. And now they're just waiting for their flankers to come in a little faster, and so we can get that bomb defused. They know that there's one yellow, and they're trying to just... But Juhrama and Draken taking out the 2 flankers, and now it's all down to Clinical.
Calling this 1v4 situation with those knives, getting that kill, using the dash a little bit, unfortunately. Only run out of knives, just gonna try to stick it. King Juhrama killing Clinical with that deke through the smoke. A really nice round out of the Kings, completely destroying A5's economy. And honestly, if you're the Kings, or if you're supporting the Kings there, you're really happy with how that round played out. Just handled the flank really well. Draken with those, you know, great ghost headshots on the flankers.
Yeah, Draken and Juhrama just doing numbers right there on the flank. They were able to push through, get some kills with the flashes, and then post-plant, holding the flank perfectly, and they just denied any extra credit that A5 could have had.
How the Cypher, you know, trips is being used, Cypher trip plus camera. Alice is gonna push up in the smoke here. Maybe we'll see what Ironhide does. Hopefully he doesn't push through the smoke and give up a 1v1. Frosty playing under with this shorty, unfortunately sealed off by the wall. Clinical maybe peeking out a little bit, but not able to get anything.
I know exactly.
Oh, and the flash coming from Draken, being able to flash 2 members of A5, and
great job.
the Kings of Juhrama coming out of this with 1 death, losing 1 gun, but like, I mean, that was just, I mean, it was a save round coming from A5, so A5 being able to get 1 frag with classics, I guess, is definitely good. But the Kings of Juhrama not letting them get anything more than just 1 kill.
The Kings' money, it's just, you know, they're swimming in money. They'll have a couple rounds with the buys, potentially, you know, 2 or 3, and that's not even including the fact that they win. And they have the Yoru ult this round. Yoru ult combined with the Reyna ult. It looks like they're gonna head towards A. Probably gonna pop this Yoru ult relatively quickly.
Yeah, and like right there, he's setting the TP and takes out the ult, and he's gonna scout for information, clearing all the corners. Doesn't see anybody right there. He sees Alice right there in the back. Gets out of the ult. Juhrama getting the kill onto Alice, getting that flash onto Artemis. Oh, Clinical getting the op shot from heaven, and now it's just Juhrama and Maui getting the res onto Ironhide. Ooh, but Juhrama with the tap onto Clinical on the rafters. But are they aware that there's still 1 more flank? And you know, Frosty could have a huge flank right here, getting the kill onto Ironhide. 2v2. Oh, but Frosty with it.
And then Juhrama with the 4K killing Alice. You know, taking control of that round, playing absolutely incredibly, using that res, using those heals, using that wall excellently, playing around the angle, knowing that Alice was going to peek around it, getting that 1v1 at the very end there. Unfortunately for Frosty, that flank didn't really pay off, only getting that 1 kill, and then, you know, unfortunately missing that shot on Juhrama, who immediately gets the trade, you know, immediately gets the kill back, then winning that final gunfight against Alice. Absolutely incredible stuff out of the King himself.
Yeah, they played it really well. They got into a little bit of a disadvantage, but they made it work. They got trades, and you know, being able to catch that flank pretty quick after getting the kill on Ironhide was just good. And looks like they're gonna be working mid this round. Draken already getting deep into orange with his TP. Maui getting 2 easy frags immediately. Ironhide clearing out the B main. Full B control pretty much, and just wiping out the 2 remaining A5 members, Alice and Experience from mid. Wow, and that was a really quick round.
A lot of these rounds happen actually very, very quick, and I think part of that's just, you know, Icebox generally lends itself to very explosive, quick, you know, Lots of gunfights very quickly in the rounds, ending relatively quickly. But I really like what the Kings are doing. They're just going mid, and they're almost exploiting this weakness where it seems like A5 doesn't really know how to handle what's going on in mid. They're leaving Frosty solo on B, but you know, they just go A and mid every round, and it seems like A5's not really handling it particularly well.
Yeah, Frosty holding the little off angle. They see his feet, I believe, and they know he's there. He gets the heal up, gets another frag onto Big Shot, but Juhrama being able to trade out Frosty 1 for 2, and but it looks like A5 taking out Draken, pushing up mid, and now it's a 2v4. It is a Maui and Juhrama. We've seen these two players do miracles before, and perhaps they can do it again here.
We really don't want to see for A5 is giving up a kill to Juhrama, who is, I believe, 1 ult orb off of his res, and if he gets that ult orb, you know, off a kill, he can really turn the situation quickly from a 4v2 into a 3v3.
Yeah, it looks like they're kind of just crossing from mid here, making that TP over to towards A, but I think they know that A5 has probably rotated by now, although A5 still making 2 and 2. Alice kind of just watching mid and gonna ready to support Experience at any time, and
30 seconds left.
and they're just heading back to B, getting ready for Clinical and Artemis. They're gonna be smoking off Snowman, I believe. The Clinical here with the knives. Updrafts for the plant. Misses the right click. Artemis getting the kill though. All down to Juhrama. Juhrama trading out Artemis.
He's gonna res
does
Big
have a res.
Shot with Rifle. Clinical's on low HP. It's a 2v3 situation, but it's winnable.
Yeah, he's just spamming through the smoke. Clinical getting the pick onto him. Big Shot getting the pick onto Alice. Hiding in the corner. Experience is running at him. Gets a headshot onto Big Shot, and that is a round for A5.
Yeah, definitely a really close round. Clinical, unfortunately, missing those knives, hidden knife plan. Juhrama getting the kill on Artemis and getting that res off, but unfortunately not quite enough. Not able to deny that planter immediately, meaning Big Shot has to push onto site. And then they just are able to quickly convert that 2v1 against Big Shot. Experience just running in with a rifle, knowing exactly where Big Shot is. You know, giving that second round a really, really important round for A5, obviously. You know, wanting to get some momentum on the board, and it seems like A5 is leaning pretty heavily towards A on this round, playing 3 here, putting Frosty here, and with his Viper, you know, it could be a very quick, explosive round on A, but it looks like the Kings just want to play a slow default.
Oh, Clinical missing his shot onto Big Shot, and massive punish. Draken as well getting a pick onto Alice, but the Viper all coming out, taking out Big Shot. And now this is going to be just a big blockage onto A, but as you can see on the mini-map on the left side, it's only Artemis protecting B, and she's being surrounded by TKJ members from both sides. She's hiding in this corner, doesn't check, and then Maui just takes her out, and it's a free B site. Last 2 members of A5 are on A, and unfortunately, for this Viper ult is not going to do anything. They're going to have to leave.
And it seems like A5, you know, maybe still going for it. I know Frosty will absolutely go for these gunfights if they give them to him. But in this 2v4 situation, A5 might want to just consider saving. They're probably not going to, but the Kings here are in a really strong position. They have Omen smokes, they have wall down, they have Draken pushing up into Tube, who's probably, you know, maybe going to fight Experience right here.
Last player standing.
Frosty picking up Maui, but Juhrama trading it really excellently. Experience not able to get that kill on Juhrama, and that's a 7th round for the Kings.
Yeah, Kings, I mean, showing up, showing their dominance that they have all season. You know, I think they're just carrying that momentum over that they caught in the second half of Ascent, bringing it over to Icebox. Ironhide with the good utility coming from Cypher, and I mean, Juhrama as a Sage, he's just doing a lot here. And I think one notable thing as well is that I would quickly mention is that Draken, I mean, all of his TPs are making so much space that it's just almost impossible for A5 to even catch a break. They keep on having him like in between them, and it's just hard for them to handle it.
Definitely, and here we see A5 go back to this, you know, more default setup they have. Clinical is pushing into A main and immediately dies to Big Shot. That's probably going to be a free A site. Using that Viper, well, maybe able to stall, but once that goes down, in this 5-4 situation, they probably just want to pop onto A.
Yeah, and they're waiting for this Viper wall to go down. They hear it's losing its integrity here. So waiting a little bit more. Wall goes down, be able to push through with these flashes. Yeah, they go ahead and flash back right side as well. Dragon B TPing onto A side with them. Big shot here with 2 kills, taking out Alice and Experience, getting ready for the 4th.
One enemy remaining.
And takes out Artemis, looking for the ace possibly, and now is all down to Frosty. Frosty sees one member in mid.
It has the sheriff. It's gonna get flashed. I think they want to get Big Shot the ace here if they give it to him.
Yeah.
And they give it to him.
Big shot with a huge ace. Obviously, this is pretty much a half buy coming from A5, but you know, it has to feel good just to be able to get that, and you know, it boosts morale for sure on TKJ side.
I honestly don't really like what A5 has been doing on a lot of these rounds. You know, playing very greedy and aggressive. You know, Clinical pushing up into A main, giving up that early pick, even though it's a save round, you know. It's not the most valuable push that he could be making, and then Frosty popping that ult in the 2v5 with a Sheriff just seems very ambitious, and, you know, while he's very capable of winning those rounds, it seems, you know, that ult might have been best used elsewhere.
Yeah, that definitely agreed. I think A5 is playing a little greedy. Clinical, although, is waiting for Maui to peek here. Gets the peek from him, misses the shot though, and Ironhide taking out Frosty though. TKJ ready to push B. I mean, as you can see on the minimap, it's a free B side. They know nobody's there, and the immediate rotate coming from A5, knowing that this is really bad for them. Al's gonna try to get the Astra utility up as quickly as possible. That wall's gonna be blocking her just for a little bit, but I mean, I feel like the rest of A5 isn't rotating fast enough, and Experience being able to catch Juhrama off guard, and now it's a 3v4 in favor of A5. Oh, but Experience with the trade. Maui immediately trading that, making that a 2v2. Clinical ready for the... Not ready. Never mind. Gets off the angle. Draken pushed up a little bit, trying to potentially block off anybody pushing. Takes out Artemis at 30 HP. It's all down to Clinical. Clinical running away. Looks like he wants to save the op. 1 HP and not going to go for the clutch.
And that was a really interesting round. You know, Frosty dying to Ironhide. Seems like he's been pushing B main pretty heavily every round. Giving up that early pick. Also gave up a Cypher ult. And once that Cypher ult came through, they realized, and you know, maybe they'll kind of apply this to their future round. I guess only this round. That Frosty's playing solo on B, and they're leaning, you know, pretty much everyone else towards the side of the map that he's not on. And once he dies there, popping that Cypher, they realize everyone's rotating away from A. They just immediately run out, get full B site control, and there's really not much that they can do. Perhaps they were a little bit slow on the push, but the Kings basically punished the, you know, aggression that Frosty was showing.
Heading to the above.
Yeah, and I mean, looks like they're stacking pretty much 4 members on B, because they realize, you know, they can't, and then all of members of TKJ here pushing. Alice, they're catching through the smoke, but Big Shot getting the kill onto Alice with that op. Juhrama even getting a knife kill onto Experience, and now it's just Clinical by himself with the op.
1v5 situation with the op, you know, he definitely has to go for this, obviously, because it's last round, but it doesn't seem like he has any real opportunities to get into it, and Draken just running around and spawn, maybe going for another knife kill.
And gets a knife kill. Oh
and
my
that's
God.
2 knives on the round and a 10-2 half for the Kings. Absolutely devastating if you're A5.
TKJ showing no respect and just, you know, showing their dominance to getting 2 knife kills that round. And I mean, I really feel like in this half, like A5, I mean, besides Frosty, they had notable players doing very well. Like, I mean, Alice on the Omen on Ascent was doing a phenomenal job. She held down sights on it by herself. She even had multiple clutches, but I feel like her utility usage isn't as good as it was in the last map. I feel like it's very underwhelming, especially with an Astra.
Yeah, it may be a little bit uncomfortable in the Astra. And, you know, if you're A5, you know, you're looking at your kill distribution. Everyone's playing roughly similarly, and this can, you know, sometimes be a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing because A5 understands that they are a relatively offense-sided, or a relatively Frosty-focused team. And here, A5 seems like they want to just full rush B, try to take these aim duels, and it looks like they're going to have full B side control, especially with this Viper wall, getting that Sage wall down.
Yeah, Draken
So
go
they're gonna
ahead and just TP out of there and give them full
Spike
control. And I
planted.
think the Kings just want to play a full retake here.
Yeah, Ironhide getting that pick on Artemis. Clinical spotting the flanker, not really reacting to it. Experience getting the pick on Draken. But what's really important here is they still have the Sage wall, and unfortunately it doesn't come out perfectly, but Big Shot getting that kill, leaving it in this situation. Big Shot getting the kill on Frosty with the 3k total in the round as Juhrama sticks the plant. I was gonna say, even in like an equal man situation, that Sage wall can be so strong, especially in that exact position. And that's an 11th round for the Kings, that pistol round. We're gonna see A5 probably go for the force buy. I don't think that they want to give up match point.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that they have to choose. Do you play for the overtime or do you play for just winning the round now and then snowball after? And from the looks of it, they're not buying heavily, and I think they're playing for overtime.
Seems like they are playing for overtime. Juhrama maybe playing a little bit aggressively here. He sees the
Alice.
body, not able to connect on the shot, but is going to get a very deep wall, taking full control of mid using that. Big Shot pushed in, gives up the kill to Clinical, maybe a little bit of a mistake, but they're going to walk right into the judge.
Maui with the judge gets a 3k, and then immediately gets taken out by Clinical. Maui
One
stopping the
enemy
push right in its tracks, and now it's down to Clinical. There with the frenzy, not being able to do anything else. And Ironhide getting that last frag for the match point round.
Yeah, really huge play out of Maui. Having that judge playing close. A5 not even clearing it as they just pop through the smoke. I don't think they used a flash either. So maybe a little bit of a critical mistake and a very winnable round in that 5v4 situation. Maui getting that 3k and then massive amount of damage on the Clinical using that judge playing close.
Goes there.
Unfortunately, A5 not able to deny match point.
Yeah, and it kind of has to feel bad, but I believe A5 has a good chance here, and they just need to get it together. Clinical pushing up, and Draken with the judge gets the pick onto Clinical and Experience, making this a 3v5 immediately. They know that there's someone on their flank, and they have to watch their flank. And Juhrama taking out Alice. Artemis trading off Draken finally.
Yeah,
But
Frosty has full A-side control. Artemis is going to bring Bomb in, and Juhrama almost dying to Frosty. Fortunately not. Frosty down to 16 HP, might get the Sage heal, but he dies to a single bullet here. Gets healed by the Sage.
Player standing.
Unfortunately, both Artemis and Frosty die, and the Kings take the map with a short but perfect defensive side.
Yeah, and like this map was a blowout. I mean, 13-2 from the Kings of Juhrama, and I mean, this is the Kings that we've seen in the past during conference season. And I believe, like I said, they found their footing in second half of Ascent, and they're just bringing that momentum over here. But the difference was, I think, that besides Frosty obviously being their best player, A5, and I mentioned before, Alice had so much good utility usage and so much support, as well as Artemis and Clinical. Like, it was huge with those arrows, along with the smokes of taking map control. But I felt like they never had any of that utility usage that gave them map control in this game. And I feel like this might just be a mix of, like, they're not being comfortable on these new agents that they probably haven't played that much on. And now I'm just wondering, are they gonna go for more of these kind of plays where they have, more strategic stuff, or they're just gonna play, their based agents that they usually play? And
Yeah,
I think I don't know. I think A5 just needs to, get it together and just play what's comfortable.
Yeah, I think A5 really wants to go back to their comfort picks here. They, played a lot of stuff that you just do not expect to see out of them, and it doesn't seem like it really fit their style. A5 having a very, very tight kill distribution, top fragger having 7, bottom fragger having 6, and that's, for a team that's has a very drastic difference in both ranks and skill, and honestly just wanting to really play towards their top end players, that is obviously really unfortunate for A5. And also, I don't think that they really utilize that utility that they decided to pick. Like you were saying, it doesn't seem like they were particularly comfortable. Maybe thinking, we should play some of the more meta stuff on Icebox without much practice on it, going off their foundation characters that they've been playing. And I don't think A5 really wants to play that style, but since they did, maybe we'll see on this map 3 going back to what they did in map 1, where they put up a very, very respectable showing. Even though they lost 9-13, they still played very, very well in that game. And I think that they want to go back towards, what they've played well all season, and also what they just played well in map 1.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, for sure. And I think besides noting that A5 playing, definitely underperforming compared to what I mean, you also have to just consider the Kings of Drama just played Icebox super well. I think Icebox, I believe I do remember them saying that Ascent was their best map, but I think Icebox is just looking like unstoppable for them. They have so many setups. They know exactly like Draken with the huge Yoru plays, being able to take map control with a single TP. He's just placing his TPs perfectly. He's taking map control, pushing one part of the map, and then once his teammates take, like, for example, A site, he just TPs immediately and then makes it a 4v2 instead of a 3v2 whenever they're pushing site. So and he's just baiting and rotates sometimes. And I think as well as Juhrama going on the Sage, I mean, he's just perfect utility. He's using his Sage while blocking off certain parts of the map, and it's just free map control completely. And I think Kings of Juhrama are just clearly on another level here, being able to use their utility like that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. They definitely seem like they have a much better plan coming into the game, and maybe a little bit, maybe a lot more prepared about what to do on the map. And A5, I don't want to say that they looked lost, but it might be fair to say that they looked a little lost on what to do, especially when they were losing. I feel like A5 maybe showed this problem a lot all season, where in wins they just have Frosty go in and kill everyone. And I think a lot of their losses, A5 really struggles. And honestly, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of their losses were blowouts where they just never really find their footing and never figure out what to do. And whatever contributes to that, I'm not sure. Obviously, I'm not, listening to their comms or, breaking down every single one of their games. But I think A5 does have this problem where when they lose, they tend to lose pretty horribly, especially, maybe just losing a half really horribly. Um, or anything like that. Whereas when I think they win is when they can just kind of go. They don't have to, super strategize. They don't have to fight for map control or play defaults. They can just go take as many aim duels as possible and win them. And I think they really, really struggle, like they did on Icebox here, where they have to find a solution to whatever's their problem is. And once they weren't able to find that, I feel like they really, really struggle to, put it together in a game and fix their problems on the fly.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I think that that'll be enough for the post game discussion here. We're gonna go ahead and cut to our next break. Thank you guys for joining the second map. Our third map will be, I believe, what was the third map night?
The third map will be Bind with A5 starting on defense.
There you go. Bind starting on defense. A5 starting defense. We'll be right back after that break. So please give us a little 5 minutes, and I hope to see you guys right after this break. Later, guys.
There's nothing soft or nothing mild. Hate me or love me, I'll drive you wild. Let it all go, give it to me. I wanna hear you scream, scream out my name. I wanna hear you scream, like I can't be replaced. I need to hear you scream, scream out my name. I need to hear you scream, like I can't be replaced. Can't take for granted where I've been. Went through hell and back again. Scars on my mind and bruises and skin. I lean on you when times get tough. When they drag me down, you pick me up. So let it all go, give it to me. I wanna hear you scream, scream out my name. I wanna hear you scream, like I can't be replaced. I wanna hear you scream, scream out my name. I need to hear you scream, like I can't be replaced. I need to hear you. So I've come to the conclusion, just a rotten piece of fruit. So I'll end up dying slowly, rotting away. See, I just want to be able to climb without a fall, to get out of this maze and run. Please strike me thunder, let me get closer to the light. Please strike me thunder, so I can be great. So I've come to the conclusion.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back from our break. We are on the third map today of the finals, A5 versus the Kings of Juhrama. Thank you all for joining. We appreciate it very much. Third map will be Bind, A5 starting at defender side, and the Kings of Juhrama starting attacking side. So, Knight, what are your feelings on this upcoming map? Like, what do you want to see from A5, and what do you want to see from the Kings of Drama?
Liked what the Kings were doing last map. Obviously, Bind and Icebox are pretty much polar opposites of maps in general. Where Bind is, a lot less map control and stuff, and A5 probably is going to be a little more happy on Bind than they were on Icebox. A lot more aim duel-y, a lot less map control, a lot less defaulting maybe even. Where the Kings, they're very confident on Bind. Many teams played them on Bind this season, and they won them all obviously. And I think they're going to be really comfortable on Bind. Whereas I think A5 is going to be a lot happier on Bind than they were on Icebox. So I think I do really expect a closer game. We'll probably see Frosty play a lot better than he did in the last map. Obviously, he had an uncharacteristically poor map out of, you know, for him, who we have very, very high expectations for. So we'll probably see A5 play a lot better. I don't know if I would expect the Kings to win or if I'd expect A5 to win. I probably still favor the Kings, but I do expect a much closer map than Icebox was.
Okay, yeah. For sure, I agree with that. A5 will be a lot happier on Bind from what we've seen from the past. They perform very well on Bind being a pretty aimy map. So I think definitely going into this, I'm going to be kind of looking more at experience, Frosty and Alice, for the fact that I believe experience plays more raise on bind, and the smokes coming from Alice will probably be very key in handling the T side coming from the Kings of Juhrama, and hopefully they'll be able to stop pushes a little bit more. And well, speaking of, the agent select is actually up, so let's go ahead and go to that. And as you can see, A5, Frosty obviously going on the Reyna, Artemis coming in with the Killjoy, Alice going back to the Omen, and as I said, experience going on the Raze. And I think Clinical is kind of like between Jet and Sova when it comes to bind. Anything you have to say about the agent lineup coming from the Kings of Juhrama right now?
Uh, Probably pretty much what we would expect out of them. If they run both the Brimstone and the Viper, it'll be kind of interesting. Definitely don't see Viper get run as solo smokes on every map, but I think she can be, depending on how many lineups how well you can place your walls, what you want to do. But we'll probably
Choose
see this
your
Brimstone
agent.
out of Drama. It's, I believe, his favorite agent, so we'll probably see that. We see A5, as you mentioned, going for the very typical lineup, the exact same, except maybe going for the Sky instead of Sova. Nope, going for the Sova out of Clinical. So going for that same lineup as they ran on Ascent, whereas the Kings going for pretty typical lineup, deciding to go for this Brim and this Yoru instead of that Breach and Astra that we saw on Ascent. So pretty typical comps. Definitely Draken deciding, I believe, that he really likes his Yoru, and I liked what I saw out of him running it. It seemed relatively effective. A5 probably just going back to comfort, trying to just get what works to continue working, and hopefully that they can make this comeback in the series. And for them, if they want to have any chances at winning the series, it has to start with probably a good map win here, where they need to just look good. They need to play well, because if they win this, they still have to play 2 more maps. So they definitely want to be confident going in any future maps. And if you're the Kings, you know exactly what you're going to do. They're probably very well prepared for this bind play. So we'll see what they do. And here we see, since A5 is starting on defense, we'll see how they set up. It'll probably be the Killjoy on B, Alice on Omen joining her. And then this 3-man setup on A, maybe a little atypical. Not what I'm used to seeing out of A5. Looks like Frosty wants to peek towards Showers. Whereas it looks like the Kings want to maybe play a slower default. Looks like they're leaning maybe a little bit heavily towards Showers, so maybe we'll see some early action towards that.
Yeah, and Frosty buying this ghost for a long range fight here in Showers, hopefully until he gets some picks. He does a little jump peek here, being caught out with his knife, not being punished for it, and getting out without any damage done to him. They back out a little bit, notice that Frosty's there. They kind of just want to get out of there. Don't want to give him any 1v1s or any fights to where he can just get out easily. So, and they're all going back towards Hookah, Draken with the bomb here. And as you can see, Big Shot and Juhrama walking towards the B long, and this looks like it's just going to be a full B execute here. Broke the molly, getting the push out now, getting those smokes off as well. Draken with the TP out on the site. They see the turret below, go ahead and break it. And now Artemis doesn't take out Juhrama, and Juhrama ultimately taking him out. Experience as well being taken out by Big Shot, but Alice getting the pick on the Ironhide, who pushed through elbow.
Clinical with a kill on Big Shot.
Last player standing.
Oh, but Draken getting out and disorienting Alice, and just very well played. And it looks like Juhrama was ready for the Molly lineup, but not needed for this round.
Yeah, Drama just, sitting back waiting for that Molly lineup, pretty much guaranteeing the round. But obviously, the Kings, even with him heading back to that Molly lineup, perhaps, were able to very, very easily win out on B site. That Yoru teleport absolutely disorienting Alice, like you said. Very well played out of the Kings. A very nice execute. I really liked what they did with the, getting bomb plant down where they did. And we'll see what the Kings want to do here. It looks like they're going to be leaning towards maybe just a full A rush.
Yeah, four
With-
members going towards showers, and you have Maui kind of just lurking towards, you know, hookah or B, you know, towards B, kind of seeing if anyone pushes through.
Yeah, and we'll see. Maybe this nade will come out. If it's timed really well, I think he just slightly missed it, unfortunately. If he sent that deeper, it definitely seems a little bit better. Experience getting killed by Draken as he takes sight. Looks like A5 is maybe a little bit lost on the side. They're going to try to rotate. Clinical with a nice shot on Big Shot. Ironhide getting the kill on Artemis, getting bombed down on that default location. Frosty flanking with a shorty, might just get an instant kill on Draken. Unfortunately, doesn't do particularly much damage at that range. Still gets the kill, is able to dismiss out. Ironhide with the kill on Alice, leaving Frosty in this 1v3 situation. Probably just trying to cheese out for a kill. Has this ghost now. It's definitely very winnable for him if they give him the kill, and does almost just barely miss the shot. Maui swings out with the one tap on Frosty and secures the second round for the Kings.
Yeah, the Kings doing very well, only losing 2 members there on their second round, and they'll still have 2 Spectres to bonus here. And I believe they'll probably just, you know, the rest of the team will probably buy with their bonus members currently. Probably just buy some Spectres. I can see Maui being able to buying a Spectre. As a last round, he only had a pistol. And Big Shot might even go for like a Deagle or a Spectre or something here this round. Yeah, and it looks like he will. And it's just a full bonus round this round. So you want to try get a few kills if you're a TKJ. And if you lose, you don't really have to worry about it, as you just want to do economical damage.
And what we'll probably see here is maybe this Yoru flash popping, just walking in. Not a fan of that.
Not
Frosty
checking for
might get
Frosty.
punished for this. So Alice with the 2K coming out of TP, killing both Draken and Maui, leaving Ironhide and Juhrama. Juhrama with the sheriff shots on Alice.
One enemy
Frosty only getting 1 kill, giving up that rifle, leaving King Juhrama in this 1v3 situation, but he can get a rifle, and if Clinical gives up this kill, which he might, it's definitely a winnable situation. Experience flanking out from long, definitely a very interesting round out of A5. Clinical with a nice one shot onto King Juhrama, taking the first round for A5.
Yeah, that was pretty well done by, well done by A5, but unfortunately there was a little bit of a mistake coming from TKJ, not checking that corner at all, allowing Frosty to get a free pick onto Maui, and then just immediately dismissing out of there and not being punished whatsoever for it. And sure, it's a bonus round. There was 2 members of A5 dying, but I believe that round could have gone a lot better if TKJ just checked the corner.
I believe that Boombot was missed, unfortunately. Experience probably a little frustrated with himself for that. The Kings leaning fully towards the A side of the map. Frosty has long control. I'll probably see him push out long eventually. Looks like Draken wants to run this ult, using the jump back to able to run out, using that U-Haul with the ult kill onto Alice. Experienced getting Ironhide, but going relatively low. Frosty already out TP with that ult. Draken got the kill on Clinical. Artemis trades back on Draken. Frosty coming from Showers gets flanked by King Juhrama, who kind of sussed out what Frosty was doing in Showers after coming out of TP, leaving Artemis in a 1v3 situation coming from CT. Just walking around the corner, run into Big Shot. Big Shot gets the headshot, and that is the third round for the Kings.
Yeah, and this was really well played by the Kings. They called out, they pushed site with that Yoru ult. Also used the Brim ult to knock off that U-Haul player, leaving Experience by himself pretty much on the site, being able to get 1 frag, but ultimately being traded out by Maui. And then for post plan, they just fully read what Frosty was doing. He was lurking Showers, trying to get some cheese kills possibly, but King Juhrama was just there immediately to deny it. And so right now they're just starting off very strong.
And definitely with this eco round coming out, the Kings should be expected to win this another round. Frosty has this judge, and if the Kings make a mistake here, this could be really bad. Big Shot with the instant headshot back on Frosty. Unfortunately, not getting the judge luck to get that 1 shot. Using this Killjoy ult, Maui dropping that down in Garden. Artemis getting that kill, getting knocked down low HP, probably going to drop down from the wall bangs. 4v3 situation, Bomb's gonna go down in a second. Experienced and Alice both flanking. Draken giving up a kill, giving a rifle, leaving into a 3v3 situation. Experience coming from hookah. Alice coming from long, Clinical coming from CT. Experience jumps out, gets 2 kills with the Spectre, leaving Maui in a 1v2 situation with this rifle. Has Yuto down on Bomb, and with A5's superior guns, Maui with a nice 3k to hold on to the round in a complete, almost disaster for the Kings.
Yeah, Maui definitely holding down the site there. This round was a little scary for the Kings for sure, leaving this eventually to a 1v2. I mean, Clinical Experience doing the double satchel out of hookah, going on to site, and being able to get 2 picks immediately was huge. But you know, Maui just being able to hold it down and get those frags. But you have to wonder, like, why would such a round be so close? And I feel like they just, you know, gave a little too much disrespect to those saves.
You see the Raising coming out, doing some damage. Experience wanting to bounce with that ult, not getting any damage, I don't believe, with it. Now satcheling in and immediately giving up that pick to the King, and definitely some interesting mistakes happening. Draken TPing in, dying to Alice. Definitely some interesting stuff going on in short here. It looks like they're gonna pop that Viper ult, but unfortunately Ironhide gets 1 tapped immediately through the smoke by Clinical, leaving into a 3v4 situation. Big Shot equalizing with the kill on Clinical. Looks like they're gonna be able to get bombed down. Maui getting the kill on Alice coming out of U-Haul, getting bombed down immediately right here, but Frosty and Artemis on this flank and getting that kill, leaving the King into a 1v2 situation, knowing both of them are coming from short.
Juhrama just inching around every corner, but ultimately gets tapped in the head by Artemis, and that's a round win for A5. And yeah, it was well played by A5. They kind of just held their angles that they needed to. Clinical being pretty huge by taking out that Viper, you know, just having perfect crosshair placement and waiting for that push, and you know, denying that Viper all pretty much won them the round at that point. Viper not being there is just very crucial to that round.
And I am not certain as to what either team was doing in short that round. Definitely some interesting decisions going on. But after this, it looks like the Kings are going to do maybe the slower default, only leaving 2 towards A, 3 towards B, but with this heavy A-side stack, Alice getting the kill on Big Shot, taking down to low HP, but surviving. An Experience maybe pushing up short seems very, very good for A5.
Yeah, for sure. And you have a Clinical here in actually just waiting with a judge here in hookah, and Dragon's gonna have to be careful. He's checking his corners this time, as they did get punished for Frosty hiding in the corner, but I don't know if he's ready for Clinical playing so close behind that box. Seems like he just wants to check the flank here. Juhrama tapping Alice out and goes ahead and kills her, and now there's only 1 on A side. There's already a rotate with the bomb through the TP. Juhrama being able to take out Experience, and now it's a free A site.
Yeah, and with the smokes coming down, combined with that Maui planting it right in the exact spot. I assume King Drama has an ult lineup for that. They're dropping this defender Killjoy. I don't know if that's necessary to be ulted by the Brim, but deciding to use that Brim ult. Frosty getting the pick on Draken coming out of showers, dropping into Cubby. Denying the Killjoy ult. Getting the kill on King Juhrama, taking down into a 2v3 situation. Maui getting the kill on Artemis.
Last player standing.
Frosty getting that kill on Maui, but dropped to low HP. Ironhide in a winnable situation. A5 so low, Clinical so low HP. Ironhide winning out that 1v2 with a beautiful 1-tap on Frosty, followed up by the nice spray down on Clinical.
Wow. Frosty making that round very close, but ultimately Ironhide waiting in short, playing that very well, holding the angle and not being in vision of that Leer, and being able to take off Frosty and then eventually Clinical. And there's just a huge round win for TKJ, putting A5's economy pretty much in the dumpster. They have to save again, and at this point TKJ's rounds are just snowballing.
And we're gonna see a pretty typical A5 play, pushing out of hookah on this save round. Oh, the instant pop out. They're gonna run into the full TKJ stack, but TKJ just needs to not make the mistake of giving all these fights.
Looks like Frosty loses this one right here in market, but gets taken out by Draken, and Draken as well. He gets 2 extra kills on that save, and Clinical and Alice not being able to do anything with that. And good round for TKJ. I mean, that could have gone a lot worse, but you know, they were ready, they were prepared, and they didn't let that full 5-man push down mid do anything except get 1 kill.
Yeah, and I really liked how they played that. Once they, you know, I think they heard maybe a little bit in hookah, but once they heard all the TPs jumping away, that Killjoy turret, I really like that Killjoy turret marked on a lot of rounds in general. It works very, very well to deny pushes, and since they probably know A5 likes to push out hookah, it's really, really strong. Using that, combined with all their other utility, we're able to deny it, but it looks like there's going to be an instant fight. Experience getting the instant kill on Big Shot peeking towards short. Looks like A5 wants to push very heavily towards A, while the rest of the Kings are going to walk up long. Frosty getting the kill on
Spike
Maui, pushing
down
out
B.
hookah, taking to a 3v5 situation for the Kings. We'll see what happens here. Frosty and Artemis both maybe peeking a little bit towards long. We'll see what they're able to do. Ironhide taking the low HP. Frosty gonna push for fights, giving up the kill to the King. Taking this back down to a 3v3 situation. And Alice is deep in the flank, but they're gonna be double TPing. Dragon's watching this already. Probably gonna see Alice, but Alice is gonna use the ult out into A heaven. We'll see if the Brin smokes come down to deny this, but maybe the Kings are, you know, rethinking about what they're gonna do. Dragon's still watching this flank, gonna fight Experience, gets the kill on Experience, taking to a 3v2 situation, and an absolute disaster so far for A5 after that 5v3 lead.
Yeah, as you can tell, I mean, Alice ulted straight into A heaven, thinking that they were just gonna take bomb, but they got that
30
pick, and
seconds
then
left.
and now they just know that it's just Artemis pretty much on site, more likely, and they're just gonna try overwhelm her here. Gonna use some big footsteps here for TP. Is very smart. Gonna go ahead and use that ult to, you know, not cause any casualties and clear the site. They know that she's not on site, and it's a free plant.
10 seconds left.
Really smart fake out of that. Artemis walked back into CT spawn, and, you know, with Ironhide and King Juhrama low, maybe you'd like to see them drop back super far into long with some volley lineups, but they're not going to do that. Artemis walking into elbow, got a lot of elbow control. King Juhrama's watching this, but he can definitely get this kill. Gets the kill on King Juhrama, gets the kill on Ironhide.
And now last one alive is Draken. Draken able to take out Artemis. Has a flash up. Flashes Alice, but Alice able to get the kill full blind and gets the defuse, and that's a round back on the board for A5. A5 putting their foot in the door, denying the snowball round.
Yeah, definitely an interesting mistake out of the Kings where they gave up a lot of that elbow control. Really critical decision. Playing both on site, especially with 2 low HP members. I wasn't able to look at the utility, but with the Viper mollies and the Brim molly, you'd expect them to just be playing deep on long, using those mollies, but not deciding to do so.
Yeah,
Unfortunately for A5, money is still relatively poor.
Yeah, A5 economy is still looking very bad. A Clinical going with a deagle, no rifle at all, and Artemis having a Spectre. So I mean, they have to keep on winning rounds if they even want to stay in this half. And Juhrama just putting some pressure here with that that Ares, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, using that Omen flash out to flash him, but he was able to drop back safely, not to get picked off. Big Shot took a lot of showers control, gonna get smoked off here, but they're getting a lot of utility out, and also kind of getting a lot of just knowledge of where people are. They probably know that there's 3 people on A here. The rest of the Kings have leaned towards this B side of the map. Gonna try to get some picks, maybe see if they can fight it. Looks like Big Shot wants to just push out. Using that ult on U-Haul, unfortunately no one there to kill.
Oh, Alice getting a lot of damage on the Big Shot. Still escaping death
Spike
though.
down B.
Oh, but there's a lot of stuff going on right now on B. Frosty being taken out by Draken, but Experience on the flank into market gets bombed down, kills Draken. And now it's Ironhide getting the pick onto Experience, and Big Shot is taking Alice out as well. It's a 2v2. Big Shot in the TP. Clinical waiting for this. Knows there's a bomb right there.
1 enemy remaining.
Big Shot not with his
kill.
weapon
Spike
out.
down B.
And gets the kill, and also 1v1. Ironhide taking out Artemis. 1v1 both members, low HP. 10 seconds on the clock. There is no
10
time
seconds
for
left.
Ironhide to plant the bomb, and all Clinical has to do is run and hide.
That's what he's going to do. He's going to slip away. Ironhide looking for that kill, but unfortunately just not able to do it. Running out of time. Unfortunate for Ironhide. They're both so low HP. It could have gone either way for either of them.
Yeah,
But
A5.
A5
playing that
able to
pretty
win the
well.
round.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we didn't get to see exactly what happened onto the B side, but as we could see, they pushed through a little bit. Draken taking out Frosty, but Artemis was holding it down pretty well. And, you know, eventually the flank was being made by A5, catching the people Hookah off guard, and they were able to get bomb down for a long time, wasting so much time. And they won the round very well, very clean.
Revealing area.
We
In sight.
see this Razor coming out, not getting anything, just doing the same thing both times. Unfortunately, not particularly effective. Maui getting the next trade on experience. Alice swinging out, getting traded, taken to a 3v3 situation. Experience pushing up and giving up another kill to Maui. Maui has the ult now on that Killjoy. The King is still lurking towards Showers, but with Ironhide walking up B long, it seems like they're probably going to lean back towards B. We'll see what the timing happens to determine this kill between Frosty and King Juhrama, but it seems like King Juhrama is going to have the timing to sneak into CT here. They'll probably wait for his flank to pick off Artemis, get bombed down on B, but perhaps Maui wants to lean back towards A, knowing that King didn't see anything, potentially to get picked off by Frosty.
Oh, and Frosty killing Maui, and that's dropping bomb, and that's huge.
Right.
Frosty
Last
having
player
bomb.
standing.
King Juhrama getting behind Artemis, getting the knife. A little disrespect right there. And 2v1 now. Frosty knows where the bomb
30
is,
seconds
but
left.
is choosing right now to go wrap around from caves. But I believe, Juhrama might be able to just get bomb. He hears a shot coming from Juhrama, and he's holding right here. They get the bomb. They run out. 14 seconds left on the clock. But Frosty doesn't decide to try
10
and stop
seconds
it.
left.
And now they're going to get a free plant. And this is going to be a tough retake. I mean, you have the 2 post-plant warriors. I mean, you have even Viper
Spike
ult
planted.
that is available. So, yeah, and as you can see, Ironhide pulling up that Viper ult. And now this is going to be even harder for Frosty to retake.
Yeah, both of them playing inside of this Viper ult. I'm not sure about the utility situation on either of them. Frosty walking in, seeing the Viper, but King Juhrama defending his teammate, killing Frosty to deny that 1v2 potential. A very, very
Last
close
round
round for
before the
A5.
switch.
Unfortunate for, many people. Maui kind of getting tricked, and also Artemis kind of getting tricked by their teammates' positioning.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like, obviously it was a mistake for Maui to drop bomb there, but I feel like Frosty didn't capitalize enough off of it. I knowing that they would have to play it slow, and especially since it's Frosty, he just let them take the bomb and nothing happened, and they won the round. Oh, Alice taking out Big Shot though in that short fight, and Draken being taken out as well. And it looks like that 4-man push through short.
Destroyed.
It's working wonders to getting 2 immediate frags. Can Ironhide be here to stop the push though? Being able to kill. Oh, getting 2 kills on Alice and Frosty. A5 getting the trade out. 2v3 though, still in favor of A5. Can Artemis be here to stop the push? But knowing that they can't stop all of them, the Kings last 2 remaining players here just go ahead and TP. And
You should
there's
run.
nobody on A side right now. Using that Killjoy to deny anyone pushing right now. And this is just pretty well played rotate so far.
Now we're cooking.
Poor decision out of experience, just jumping out through the smoke in the 3v2 situation, not waiting anything out. They're going to get a lot of Killjoy util down if they have it. But with this Grim Molly, maybe they'll want to play this post plan using that Molly, and it seems like they're going to. They're just going to stick it.
1 enemy remaining.
Maui with a nice 2-hit kill with the headshot. Very nice spray control to kill Artemis, denying the just full stick.
Switching
A very
sides.
interesting decision out of A5. I liked what they did there, pushing down, knowing that they have the weapon disadvantage. and getting those instant kills, but unfortunately just not clearing out towards that left side towards long. Ironhide able to get 2 kills, take it down into that 2v3 situation. They're able to get full A site control using the teleporter, and unfortunately for A5, not able to capitalize on the 2 early picks.
Placing swarm grenade.
Yeah, and A5 unfortunately, you know, had a round in their grasp, not being able to take it. Just a few, you know, mistakes here and there, and you know, those tiny mistakes can cause the whole round. So, you know, A5 needs to clean up their gameplay a little bit if they want to, you know, stay in this game. Experience throwing the boombot down short, trying to clear any, trying to get some info. Goes ahead and sees there's no one sitting default or Cubby. Big Shot ready to maybe possibly throw a Leer out. That wall is going to go down, and Experience gets a kill on Draken, but immediate trade from Big Shot. But it looks like all the actions happening on B right now. Maui and Juhrama being able to stop a little bit of A5. Alice being able to get the 3 kills on the Maui, Juhrama, and Ironhide. Now it's down to Big Shot.
Planted.
Coming here with this frenzy could definitely win it. Unfortunately, doesn't have any utility. You know, could also run out of ammo in this frenzy. A little bit low on it. A5 in very, very strong positions to deny this, using that turret to watch the cross. Now it's playing backside, almost giving up that first pick, but not quite. Only 13 bullets left in this frenzy. Shot from too many different angles. Unfortunately, not able to make anything happen. That's a 5th round for A5, a really critical pistol round to try to get back in this game.
Yeah, for sure. And A5, I think using what they have, you know, what is their strength, and that's pushing as a team together, and having that one lurker, which would be Experience. Experience made quite a bit of noise, not letting those 2 members that were on A site rotating immediately, and they're able to take advantage of that pretty well. So I think I like this coming from A5. They're cleaning up their plays and they're working together.
You see A5 just leaning towards this full A-side stack, probably just going to rush it with the SMGs. Not sure how I feel about this. Sometimes this can go relatively poorly. Draken sliding into this little cubby area, probably going to TP out. Draken with the kill on Artemis, gets traded by Frosty. Put in a 3v4 situation, only having classics, not exactly favored here. Clinical with the kill on Juhrama. Into this 2v4 situation. Ironhide's flanking up A market right now. Gonna head up A short in a second. Probably not gonna be able to get much here, but you know, maybe somebody can throw a quick death, and I believe he'll be able to get the Spectre. I'm not sure if they saw the flank or not.
Standing.
Arrow seeing Ironhide not breaking the arrow and just ultimately being shot through the box. Clinical getting that pick, and you know, 4 members of A5 staying alive. It could have been very bad, but you know, Juhrama's only getting 1 kill, and you know, really excellent second round for A5.
Yeah, just relatively well played. A5 had very, very low HPs at the end of it, though. Definitely could have gone the other way if, you know, some of those, you know, low HPs were converted into full kills. But credit to A5 for, you know, trading well, sticking together, grouping up, and just pushing and make sure to clear every angle. Here we see A5 just doing this lurk towards A again, leaning the bomb towards A showers. Big Shot's pushing up into the corner. They might not clear this close corner here, and if they don't, Big Shot can have a very, very huge round.
I was checking the corner, getting the kill. Now it's down to Juhrama to stop the showers push. Throws the molly, gets the kill into Experience, and stops the shower push in its tracks. Looks like Frosty rotates and goes in and uses the TP. So does Clinical, and now blinding through showers, full push through showers. Juhrama being taken out by Alice from triple, but Draken there to stop Alice from pushing through.
Shots out of Draken, but able to get that kill on Frosty. Leaving a 3v2 situation, relatively good HP on A5. Unfortunately, Artemis is stuck on site, right on the bomb plant. Ironhead is able to get that pick on Clinical, and unfortunately for Artemis, not able to get anything to happen. Ironhide with a quick kill on Artemis. And that's another round for the Kings. That's their 9th round, and that is to deny that bonus round win that A5 really would have liked. The Kings should have relatively good money on this round, and A5, who should have and they do, they should have a relatively good buy. Maybe not a perfect one, actually. Looks like Artemis is going to be a little low on money. But other than that, it looks like both teams are going to have a relatively full buy this round.
Yeah, and as you can see, the Kings of Juhrama are going to actually be two players are going to be bonusing Spectres, so, and even Juhrama buying a Judge here, so they're definitely looking for more value out of their buys here rather than just trying to win a round. And if they do win this round with these half buys, the economy will be very bad for A5.
And it's pretty much, it's not quite the same on the reverse. TKJ still has a little bit of money in the bank. Frosty might give up this instant pick to this Judge. Doesn't even clear it. Drama with the Judge. Gonna get that gun. I believe it was only a Spectre. Oh no, I think it was a rifle.
It was
now
a
they're
rifle.
pushing down B mid. They're gonna run into Alice here. Alice holding it really well. Not able to hold it on the second one. Maui with a really nice straight frag after hitting the reload. Big shot with the kill on Artemis. Clinical lurking out showers. Draken able to kill Clinical. That's a 10th round, and A5's money is shattered.
I mean, unfortunately, I mean, as you can see, Alice and Frosty kind of got a little too angsty trying to, just get kills. Frosty, once he got spotted by an alarm bot, he tried to throw a Lear out, but didn't check the left corner. And then as well, Alice got the pick on Juhrama, but then immediately started holding W and then got picked off by Maui. I feel like they're just they're not holding or getting ready for pushes. They're just kind of doing whatever. And they need to play a little smarter.
Running down, the Kings running down mid, immediately fighting Drama, getting tagged a little bit, but tagging Frosty really low. They're just sending full up A long, or B longs, excuse me. Drama getting 2 kills with the Molly, probably gonna die to the Razel. Maui with the kill on Artemis, Ironhide with the kill on Experience, leaving Frosty in a 1v4 clutch, 20 HP with a Sheriff.
Now we've seen Frosty win rounds just like this before, but no, not today. Big shot there on the flank to deny the possibility.
And just a very interesting round of the Kings, using that ult and market immediately to get down mid. Not able to get any kills on long, but once they decide to just pop out B long with that Molly coming down from the Brimstone. Very, very unfortunate for A5. Weren't able to make anything happen. 11 rounds for the Kings, and this is probably A5's last good buy. If they lose this round, they will not have a good buy looking at match point.
Yeah, and then, like you said, this round will be very crucial because of that buy. The drone not checking close left at all, and teammates might not even bother to check big shot here, and this could be huge. But looks like the smoke coming down from Juhrama. Arrow not even gonna see big shot either, and this cubby play here could be huge.
And Juhrama's took teleporter.
Oh,
Big
gets the
shot
kill
getting
on the
the kill.
clinical.
Use the dismiss, Lear's out, Frosty walking out, kills Ironhide, and kills Big Shot. Probably gonna be able to fight Draken. Drama with that lurk that he had, sitting in teleporter the entire time, kills Experience. Frosty dies to Draken, leaving it into this 3v2 situation. Maui has Util down on B site. Alice is gonna push up, break the turret, drop the smoke down, but that Molly coming out, I think denies plant. Alice into CT here, behind the smoke, probably gonna drop back elbow.
You should run.
Using this Killjoy on this B site to try to deny it, just to save a little bit more time. Interesting ult, try to fake out the Kings. But in this 3v2 situation, Drama's a little low. Dragon's tagged, but both of the members of A5 are a little low too.
Draken using that ult to spot out sight. Alice gets the kill onto Juhrama.
Last player standing.
Artemis being able to get the kill onto Maui, and now it's a 1v1. Draken and Artemis. Draken sticking to the fuse, sticking it, and almost it's about to hit, but Artemis there to stop the defuse and gets a 7th round for A5.
Really crazy round out of both teams. Frosty with those quick 2 kills. Draken able to get that kill using that Euro flash just excellently all game. Leaving it down to that 1-person situation. A5 doesn't have particularly great money, but it looks like they'll have a completely full buy. Same with the Kings, not exactly great money, but with this full buy coming out, it'll be another explosive round.
Yeah, and I mean, we mentioned in the last round, if they didn't win, that would have been detrimental. And now that they have that round win, they need to use that to their full advantage that they can, so they can snowball the rest of the rounds if they want to stay in the series.
Team is old. Seems like he wants to, you know, help take it with clinical. Lots of fakes into teleporter. Interesting ult into Hookah, forcing them out. Frosty getting the kill on Maui. Getting killed by Dromic. Ironhide with the kill on Alice, traded back by Experience, leaving this into a 2v. Now it's a 2v2 situation with Experience kill on Juhrama through the box. Draken playing from elbow. Big shot coming from Hookah. Looks like both of them want a TPL. Looks like Bomb's gonna go down on A in a second. Big shot's gonna come from short. Draken gonna come from CT.
Yeah, and as you can see, Experience is gonna be a little late to support Artemis. I think he was waiting for a possible TP. Artemis getting flashed by Draken. I believe Draken might have seen it. Teleported into heaven. Artemis sees his head, backing up into Big Shot's crosshair, and ultimately Experience being flashed by Draken, making this match point.
And Draken playing really, really well together. Using
Good try.
just all the util really excellently, using the flash. Draken using that TP into heaven to reposition. Getting that kill is just really, really well played out of him. And that's match point with A5's money looking absolutely disastrous. This should be a round win for the Kings.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, the A5 will have enough money for, enough money for basically half buys at this point, and having the one rifle, but they really have to play like cheese angles if they want to do anything. They have to probably push as a team, and you have just Big Shot sitting short with the op, being taken out by Experience though with that rifle. Experience going out with the ult, throwing that nade, getting picked off by Draken though. And Juhrama getting that teleport. Now it's a 2v4, all down to Clinical and Artemis. Shock dart missing. Draken pushing through, and it's down to Artemis 1v4. Can they keep the dream alive? That is 1 kill down for Artemis. Is 3 more. Look at how much util TKJ has, and this might just be it. The Killjoy going down. Artemis has to make something happen.
Oh, he's gonna. They're all playing for the knife. Oh no.
Ironhide holding for
playing
showers.
rifle, but
Oh,
Maui
Artemis seeing the
both-
shoulder. I don't know if Ironhide saw, but Ironhide
Defenders
getting the
win.
kill, and that is a 3-0 series in the favor of TKJ. TKJ are your VCS Season 1 champions. Congratulations to TKJ. We'll probably get the whole team in for an interview shortly. Very well played from both sides.
GG, guys.
And thank you all for joining tonight. We will get a quick 2-minute break, and we'll get all the people in here for interviews, and then we'll see you guys in a little bit. And TKJ are your champions. See you guys in a bit.
I'm just one man amongst thousands. In this world, I love them, sure they'll do fine without me. The chemicals in my head don't work as yours, 'cause every piece of road is a little bit of happiness. Every kind of love causes a little bit less regret. Please strike me thunder.
back. I wanna give you every chance to make it, to make it. I'm afraid if our love collides, you'll leave me alone tonight. Cause I'm changing and I'm breaking. Is this over? I'm scared to ask these questions, cause I know that you'll reject my love. Moving slower, frozen to these pieces without a shoulder to cry on.
All right, welcome back, everyone. As you saw, that was the last game of season one. The Kings of Juhrama are your champions of our first official season of VCS. So congratulations to you guys. For I think first we'll get into the interview of the captain, King Juhrama. I just want to know how you feel about this win and how far you've come since the beginning.
Um, I feel content with our performances. I think we did really well. First game was a little closer than we wanted it in the beginning, but I think ultimately, like like a lot of people say, we kind of deserved it. You know, we put in a lot of hours of practice, a lot of stress, a lot of hard work on our own, and to come together. And I just think this is a perfect end to what we've been through.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys definitely have proven that you guys deserve this. I mean, you guys have gone undefeated completely, never dropped the map. So I mean, you guys phenomenal job, and I think you guys are setting a good example for future teams on what to expect. We're not going to be here just you know blabbing around and not trying. You're gonna have teams like you guys who are gonna try their hardest, and it's gonna brings competition, and we love to see that. I think I also wanted to mention Draken. I think one of the biggest things that we've seen this grand finals and mostly was your Yoru. How did you guys like get to applying the Yoru gameplay, and especially since you guys did it so well this series?
Um, well, when Yoru first came out, I pretty much just grinded him. I wanted to play a duelist that was different, and something about having a duelist that everyone thinks is garbage, made me want to play him more and become better with him. And then I kind of just told John, just told him that I'm just gonna do it anyways, whether he wants me to play him or not. And then he just accepted it into the team comp once I proved to him that it worked. And throughout that, just big brain, big galaxy brain plays, and it worked out. Could I
Awesome.
also add one other thing in here?
Yeah, of course.
I did note on I think week 5 or week 6 when I had my interview that we weren't gonna drop a single map playoffs all the way through, and yeah, that came true.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you guys proved it. You guys did your very best, and undefeated completely. My next question is for Big Shot. Big Shot. Okay, so we've noticed how well Urena plays. Your entry for your team, and you are doing a lot of plays where you're just kind of you're pushing up close. Like in that bind game, you did a lot of pushing up close up to short. And how do you feel like how your performance was like throughout the weeks? Did it improve starting from and to grand finals?
Well, so it's weird. I'm definitely a player who is almost strictly based off of like confidence around playing. The It's really, I mean, even in that bind game, I didn't play as well as I wanted to. I was just getting killed off of dumb pushes or getting out rifled or getting outgunned, and it's tough to for me as a player to get back from that. Once I start losing gunfights and I start dying from stupid stuff, I find that it's very hard for me to get back into the swing of things, get back into a good rhythm. So my kind of only goal on buying that last game was to make sure that I was pushing out for my team, making sure to create openings. And I feel like I did that effectively. I wish I would have won more gunfights, but in general, over the season, I think I've gotten a lot better. It's very different playing with a 5 man team than it is, solo queuing or duo queuing. And now, whenever I solo queue, I feel like I can't count on my teammates as much as I can whenever I play with TKJ. So I'm kind of sad that the season's over. I'm not going to have that kind of fun team comp anymore. But yeah, I would say in general, my play has definitely improved.
All right, awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I mean, definitely from what you've mentioned and what we've seen, like, this series, you may have not played your best, but you play in a great team environment and being able to, make pushes for your team. Definitely, won you guys, fights that you needed to, even if you individually didn't do those. So I think overall, your team play in general is just amazing and works very well. My next question will be for Maui. Maui. So you played Killjoy a lot. Pretty much, I think. I don't know when you didn't play Killjoy. It was
Yeah, I
so
basically played
long.
Killjoy almost every single map until John wanted to incorporate me as Omen. And to be honest, I didn't have a lot of experience with Omen, so it was a lot of training, it was a lot of practicing, just trial and error on smokes, flash lineups and stuff. And I think I gotten a lot better as Omen, but it definitely could be better.
Gotcha,
But
gotcha.
my Killjoy is like I played Killjoy basically every single practice, every map we played. It was just Killjoy because we basically got no maps that I have to practice Omen on for practice. Just always Killjoy practice.
I see. So, I mean, and I think being a sentinel is very huge of a team comp. So, like, what's going through your mind, like, whenever you're anchoring by yourself sometimes? Because obviously, like, as a sentinel, you kind of have to play to survive. But I also did see you play. I also, like, sometimes to do lurks on T side, for example, So, like, what goes through, like, your mind whenever you're doing these kind of stuff for the team play? And, how does it work in that team environment?
Oh, so when I'm sitting on a site by myself, I'm absolutely terrified because I have such bad luck with when they do decide to push a 5 man onto like B site by myself on bind, and I'm absolutely terrified. But I have to keep my composure and just give my team the best callouts possible so they could just fast rotate to me and hold angles that they're not really going to be expecting me. And so I do that a lot, and people seem to read that, and so Juhrama, our IGL, wanted me to switch it up and start playing differently, so they can't, if they're just predicting, they could be wrong, and I'm just playing something different now and catch them off guard. So that's basically the only reason why he calls it. I go lurk. I play smart with him. We go in the market together. It's all on him. He makes a call. I follow.
Awesome. Okay, and my last individual question will be for Ironhide. Ironhide. Okay, so from the very beginning of the whole series, you've been playing, at the time, a very controversial agent, Viper. At the time, she's pretty bad. Now that she has all of these really good buffs, how did you guys like feel about going into the grand finals, knowing that Viper is just such a better agent now?
I don't really know what to say to that. I mean, I guess really good about it. We thought that you take an immediate damage once she hits her wall, which kind of before it wasn't really a threat. You could just kind of walk through it and get a kill if you wanted to. But now they take immediate damage, it works out really well. And yeah, I don't know. That's
And
what I have to say.
what sparked you to just play Viper? Like, was it something intentional from Juhrama, or was it something that you were just very comfortable with playing?
Yeah, at first I was kind of well, maybe I still am, but I was probably the worst player on the team, and so one of the things we tried to play around was um, mollies, right? Like if I had to be on a 1v1 or 1v2 situation, I could learn what molly lineups and secure a win for our team that way. And I think you'll notice that a couple of times in a lot of our early matches where I'm playing more that way. I stopped playing more like that since I've improved a little bit more.
Mhm.
And so yeah, definitely started out as like a crutch. Like, hey, if you can't win your gunfights, at least you can win us some rounds with this.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I mean, overall, you guys as a team, like, use each individual strengths, you know, cohesive, like, very well together. And I think definitely that, I mean, that's why you guys deserve to be champions. And I think one last question for Juhrama. Um, what do you have to say for your team, like in general? Do you have anything that you want to put out for VCS?
Um, I think that this should go to show that when you take things seriously, good things come out of it. I know a lot of people in this league, they were just doing it for fun, which is perfectly fine. Everyone should have fun. Everyone should do what they want to, but don't be upset when you lose, right? If you're putting in the work and you're putting in the hard work, you're going to get what you put out of it. So ultimately, that's what I have to say for everybody. For my team, I'm really proud. We've been through a lot. I've asked them to do a lot for this team. I'm definitely not the easiest person to deal with. I'm very competitive. I want to make sure everything that we do is good for our team, and it's definitely not easy. We've been through a lot, and I've asked them to do a lot, and I've just got to say I'm proud and thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, congratulations to you guys. You guys deserve this win very much. And do you guys, any of you, have any last words or shout outs you want to say to the stream?
I just want to say thanks for putting on the VCS for us, and
Yeah.
looking forward to not dropping a map next season too.
Yeah, thank you for hosting this. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to play in such a competitive environment.
You guys did a
Um,
great job setting this up.
yeah, you guys did great. We appreciate all the streams that you guys have run, even just for the start season matches. So thanks everyone.
Awesome. Well, we are very happy to do this for you guys. And VCS is a community that we are willing to take our time and build for everybody. So I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed it. And that'll probably do it for tonight's stream. So once again, congratulations to TKJ, your season 1 champions. And they'll now be given the champion Discord role. So I hope to see you guys in the stream. Next time for season 2, we'll have about a month-ish break. Anyone that wants to join VCS that is not in VCS yet, you can look down below and see our Discord link below the video. So if you want, go ahead and check us out. We would love to see more new people, and have some more diverse teams next season. So I hope to see everybody, and thank you for joining. This is the end of season 1. See you later, guys.